Dude, there is so much going on. There is so much going on. I don't know what to start with first. There's so much happening. I guess we'll put ourselves in just chatting. Damn you, Twitch, just... There we go. Chatting. There we go. Boom-bitty boppity. This. Close that. Open up this. Push this over here. Dude. Way too much stuff happening in the last 24 hours.
Catman 11,234 said, "Start with how's your day, you goober? Good to see ya."
Ooh, my day pretty good, man. My day's actually better now that there's so much news and things to talk about running through my mind. Probably too much. But yes. Alrighty. Let's open up this. Let's just have this off in the background. I don't know how I feel about this being in the background, but fuck it. We're doing that. Boop. Boop. And go up there. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're so close. That's so much here. Dude, I am fucking juiced. Dude, I hate to admit it. Guys, I really hate to admit it. I spent $120. Not the $180, but $120. I got the deluxe edition, which comes with the Headhunter packs for Borderlands 4. And not the big, like, Vault Hunter DLC, and then the big DLC after that. I did say fuck it, and I want the Headhunter packs. I'll say, we're not sure about the big Pooba Vault Hunter, and also story shit, the big story DLC. So I said, I'll play it by ear. Also, $108 is insane to drop. But $120, a little bit of a prisoner of the moment. I got excited. Anyways. But ladies and gentlemen, how was your day? Hopefully your week was lovely. We have so much stuff to talk about. Holy mother F. We got a quick rundown of our weeks just because we got to catch up on what you guys been doing, etc. We got a Borderlands gameplay. God damn it, it drives me nuts that they give all of the, like, we're still like fucking a whole week out. Like a whole week. And every content creator has already beat the game once. And they're showing us shit. And I'm just like, I wish they just made it tighter. I wish it was like 3 days. Something. Instead, now I'm seeing Rafa gameplay in the background. And I'm like, I want to look, but I don't want to look. I want to look, but I don't want to look. Anyways. We have to talk about Borderlands. We have to talk about some Valve Deckard news, which is now called maybe possibly the Valve Frame. Or something. The Steam Frame? Steam Frame, I think that's what it's called. Weird. And this is weirdly the year of vampires, or at least we have 2 vampire games, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it's happening all at once and twice. Yeah, so we'll talk about that, and maybe 007. I don't know. I didn't see the gameplay trailer. I thought I'd put it in the background, and then memes, and then maybe, probably not, but maybe if we have time, probably not. We might play some the game that we played for a whole week. I forgot what it's called. Tiny little ants running around on screen, and you're melting 1,000 creatures in front of your face. God damn, I forget what the game's called. I can just pull it up. Jesus Christ. What is it called? Is it this? What is it called? This stupid goddamn Risk of Rain? There we go. Risk of Rain 2. Got it. I didn't see it, but I got there. Oh, thank you. Risk of Rain 2, yes. Thank you, Fluff and Cat. All right, guys. Well, first of all, how was your week? I have so many things I want to talk about, but I guess we should start there because we're starting off low, and I'm going to immediately interject with things I'm like, So, but for right now, let's lock it in a little bit. How was y'all's week? Yes, Fluff will be streaming ZZ. The reason why we did not run streaming ZZ like day one when there's like so much shit is because I'm just not going for Seed, the one like Mecha Girl. I still want to play her and play some Z's and see some story stuff, but I don't know. I'm not getting her, so I'm like what's more important for us to talk about all the news that just dumped in like the last three days?
McFlufferkin said, been trying to figure out how to even redirect, whether it be my own stream or someone else's.
Oh, it's not that bad to redirect. Can I show you, Fluff? Is this a simple thing for me to show you? Let me see. Boppity boppity. I just don't want to. If we do this, I can pause. Yeah. So if I don't think anything is weird showing. Yeah. So what do you call it, Fluff? All you need to do is go to the customization thing, go down to the thing, redirect, and then you would just post the URL that you want to stream link. So I have like a bookmarked thing like this on my other computer that's like Fluff Stream, and I'll just click that. I'll go to your live stream, I'll copy the address, and then I'll just dump it in here, and then I'll show you the thing, and then you hit go. And that's all it is, I believe. So yes, so we can close that. Yeah, but if that's what you meant, that's what it is. As far as my week, gang, my week was pretty okay.
McFluffican said, I don't have that option.
Are you not on mobile? Maybe it's an eligibility thing. Weird. Maybe it's like maybe it's an eligibility thing, or it could be like a partnered thing. I don't think so, though. I think everyone's able to partner relatively soon. I don't know. Ask ChatGPT. That's a quick little answer it'll give you. But anyways, yeah, dude. I wanted to ask the chat this a little bit because I am usually a person that is like, how do I put it? Like I enjoy like the fervent push towards something meaningful, even if it's at like the degradation of my own happiness in life. Yeah, like the pursuit of something, like staying up late because you're trying to like learn something, or like it sounds weird, but like holding back like pleasure for like playing video games or doing all this other stuff in pursuit of something that like sucks a little bit, but when you finally get over the hump, you're like, holy shit, I made it! I feel so filled because I forced myself to do this thing that actually is meaningful and like gave me a better deal, like delayed gratification, stuff like that. Working hard, basically. But dude, I don't know if it's autumn. This is why I want to ask you guys this. Is anyone else feeling like super fucking like I don't want to do hard shit? It's weird. I'm feeling like mad lazy. Like I'm still showing up to do the shit, to like hit my inputs and like learn these things and apply these things. But I'm getting like hit with this thing of like, I don't wanna. I just want to play video games and not think about anything, and not try. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm hoping it's like autumn fever.
Said right. Okay, it's not available until I have 1,000 subs and no guideline strikes. Yay.
Oh, it's not actually bad. 100 subs is actually entirely pretty reasonable to get, especially if you leverage shorts. That's kind of shitty though. I feel like that's something that should be open to anybody. That's just like. Yeah, it's I don't know why that wouldn't be. If anything, it makes sense that like, yeah, people who have like a big following, I guess maybe that's the variable that they're trying to do, but still, it doesn't make any sense. You should be able to do that at any point. Anyways, but yeah, man, I'm just feeling like hella, like I'm still doing it. I'm proud of myself that I keep showing up, but I can't tell you how like I'm like bleh, blasé, the most thing. I have 30. Sorry, what do you call it? 36. Yeah, but what do you call it? I'm not really referring to like the amount that it asks you of. Like in order to get monetized on YouTube, it's less now, especially if you're doing streaming, because you can just get access to the membership aspect, which is way more monetarily sound for if you ever wanted to try to make any money on the internet in terms of YouTube. But yeah, like 1,000 subscribers is not impossible to make, especially if you make content that like people have the tendency to follow for, you know, especially like if it's not intrusive, like stream clips where like you make them chuckle. It's a pretty like, you're not going to bog down my inbox with a ton of like big ass videos every week. All I'll have is like a live stream thing on the top of my thing, which is not that bad because I'll scroll once and I'll be gone. So yeah. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh. It went away from me and then I got it back. Anyways. But yeah, good week. It was productive, but I'm annoyed that I'm starting to have this like feeling of like yeah, I'm feeling like a little lazy, and it usually comes and goes, but it's pretty powerful this time around. But yeah, just crank up the discipline, all that stuff. Cat says starting how was my day? I was pretty good. How was your day, Cat? Lo says what's up, what's good, Lone? How was your day, buddy? How was your week, I should say. Nog says next week is gonna be busy for me. 2 parties to go to. Ooh, what kind of parties? Says Nog. Followed by
Catman 11,234 said my week was great.
What's that?
I've been working towards a promotion and my latest project has been good for that. I attempted streaming, which was fun to try. I liked voicing my thoughts. Glad yours was good.
I was gonna say, Cat. Hypothetically, someone knows stuff. Is that person hypothetically allowed to talk about his thoughts on that, or is that still hypothetically something you would rather keep in the back burner hypothetically right now? Anyway, but to Nog's point, what was it? The last part says Nog says followed by cranking out on BL. I'm about to say BL is a wild abbreviation, especially as a manga slash manhwa reader. That's crazy. Cranking out BL is some diabolical shit. But anyways, Cat says, on Cat's thing, Cat, what do you got? You're working towards that promotion? That's so fucking cool, man. I can't wait to see if that yields fruit, because you've been working your ass off, especially talking about how you've taken on so many challenges that are kind of outside your comfort zone, but you've like improved your skill set to match them, etc. It's tough, man, because like I wonder, that's something that I don't know too much about, which is like the interpersonal business relations of like how much pressure should you put on like the idea of, hey, yeah, like basically, yeah, maybe I should say this a different way, but like for me, I think in my dumb head, I'd be like, I'm just looking at this company to extract as much skills and for you to pay for as many like special things that where I could like learn a new thing or improve in this way, because I don't have much faith that you wouldn't throw me to the wolves. There's maybe a chance if you're in a startup, where like, you know, you can kind of like get in, make the right friends, cement yourself into a position that's good, especially in Cat's position, where Cat's kind of working in like the IT department. And that's like the only thing I've seen consistently, where like those people are able to survive like the weird startup cycling into big management and scale department is the IT group, because they're like part of the infrastructure so long. This is like the funniest thing that all these IT people bros who are working at like these billion-dollar companies will say, which is basically like, don't avoid at every possible turn training somebody. Which sounds fucked up, but it's basically them being like, if you're the guy who made the infrastructure, who makes the code, who makes the things work together, when the company tries to be, oh yeah, you just hire a guy to help you manage stuff, be like, okay, but do a terrible job of training that person, because it's basically job security. Otherwise they'll just like immediately trade you up constantly. And that's how you have people who are like paid an exorbitant amount of money because that one IT guy knows so much about how the system is actually pieced together. But I don't know if that's the circumstance Cat's in. I just thought that was a funny like throwaway thing I seen recently. Also, damn.
Catman 11234 said, sure, go for it, haha. I'd love your feedback.
Oh, but the
Fluff was great for that when he stopped in. I feel like a phony almost, lol. Like I'm 240p streamer versus a 1080p streamer.
Absolutely not, Cat. What do you call it? This is the thing that's hilarious, is that like, this is a whole thing we could talk about. Yeah, I think I finished up with that thing. Yeah. Holy shit. The thing with that's hilarious, Cat, is that like, one, it's like everyone has intrinsically in their head, like I'm not sure if it's imposter syndrome, but like, I'm not sure if you've ever heard about this thing, Cat. It's called like, I wish I could remember it vividly, like perfectly, but it's basically called the exponential bell curve of skill acquisition, essentially. But the idea being, you have this idea of something often. You have like this thing of, and like streaming and YouTube is probably one of the best examples. Like people see it all the time, and rarely people actually pursue it. But as soon as people pursue it, or as soon as you pursue any skill, it starts off as like you have this ignorance of like not understanding of what it is, right? And eventually you try it, and then you realize, oh, you end up getting like this boost. So you still have this curve that goes up a little bit. So you have this boost of like, oh, this is fun, it's new, it's different, I'm excited by it. And then eventually, you reach like a stage which is like competent, like, so you basically surpass the ignorance of it. So you're kind of aware of all the weird nuances that's required of it. So it ends up becoming like, oh, this is a lot more complicated than it's worth, or than I thought it would be. And then the other thing happens where like you start to have like a vivid understanding of like where you're at. So like the people I think are great at streaming are up here, and where I am at is down here. So now you're like competently understanding like what is like the high echelon of that skill set, and you realize that you're at the beginning or lower point of that skill set. But if you can make it through what people call like the drudge, or like the hell, which is the fact that like you have ignorance, you understand that it's way more harder now, and then you basically live in that shitty place where like, oh, I'm not very good, I don't really know what it is. Eventually you get to this place where you start going up, and that only happens when you start having an understanding of like what good is. So like when you start developing taste, or when like you start, like if you're an IT person or whatever, you're doing code, it's when you start to understand what like good code looks like, or good infrastructure looks like. But you're still shit. So like you're just starting to understand that, and then eventually you start to basically learn from what is the good version of that, like the peak of that, and then you start to actually acquire those skills, then you start to experience the upper part. But you always go through this moment of like ignorance, understanding that's crushing for how bad this is, and then higher. The funny thing is I think you can go through this in the span of like a second, especially if you're an introspective person. So you can very quickly realize, I have an interest in this. Oh my God, this is way harder than I thought it would be. Or I'm just not. Maybe I think it sounds wrong when I say it's way harder than I want it to be. It's almost just like, oh, I wish I was better. Maybe that's a better way to phrase it. I wish I sounded nicer. I wish I had a better voice. I wish I knew how to solve this problem. I wish I knew how to make this better. I wish I knew how to talk more fluidly or whatever it could be. I think there's different types of people in this world, but I know a lot of people who are on that severe, like, oh my God, I hate the sound of my own voice. And oh my God, I really, I'm not, like, no one shows up to my stream and all these variables. But the funny thing is that, like, I see in your stream, Kat, all of your things are bullshit. Like, entirely nonsense. Like, what do you call it? Your mic is not bad to the point in which people don't listen. Like, it's perfectly acceptable for people to, like, want to hear what you have to say. It's not like constantly. You don't have like a giant wooden blower going in the background. The second thing is what do you call it? You're like, I never once felt like you were a phony. I do feel like sometimes, like, this is just a thing that happens when you eventually get enough reps in, which it doesn't feel like you're kind of filling space. Instead, you're like, oh, I want to really talk about that, or oh, I'm excited to talk about this, that kind of thing. And honestly, this is where, like, people who stream long hours to me baffle me, which is like, how do you have something that you want to talk about for 8 hours or 10 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours? Fuck me. You know, I can manage a solid 2 to 3, you know, and then I start being like, well, I don't have a very exciting life. Where you Fluff and a bunch of other people here have a fucking very exciting life. And you guys may be like, no, I don't. You do. I don't leave the fucking house, all right? If you leave the house more than once a week, you have a more exciting life than me, okay? You have shit to talk about. You just judge yourself so severely, and you judge what you're going to say.
Said, man,
that you don't do
that
anything.
boss is a bullet sponge.
I know. Well, I also, what's fucked up is that this guy started the video saying how OP Rafa was. And people were saying that, were like, this game is difficult. So, like, this game is much more harder than the other previous Borderlands. I don't know if he had too many immunity phases.
Catman 11,234 said what you said is called an anchor script in IT. Something anchors you to the company, meaning they cannot feasibly get rid of you without annoyance. IT great for that. I built their warehouse.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, I see that. That's what you did. Gotcha.
Lone Syndicate said, I'm doing great, Grin. Just finished some art. Been on vacation all this week.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Did you?
McFlufferkin said leaving the house. Not a concept I understand.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that you also... I think, again, like, I think this is something that some people... I'm not sure if it was Fluff or somebody, but like this idea of, like, well, what do I say? Or like I eventually feel like a phony because I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. You know, these kind of, like, it's basically you feel like you're floating, etc. I even talked about this last week, where to me it was more of like me talking about, like, I would like to speak authentically, and sometimes I feel like I don't. But in regards to this, to me, I think, like, people don't realize that, like, you have endless stuff to say. Like, but the only issue that's stopping you is that you have a preconceived judgment that other people don't want to hear it. Even if it's something stupid like, hey, it's kind of hot today. And then the reason why you don't go into that is because you fear that, maybe I'm sounding boring, or, does this really matter, or, oh, am I just filling up dead space? When it's like, no, what if someone was genuinely interested about what you had to say, about, like, how hot it is? Why is it hot? Do you not handle the heat well? Why is that about? You know, so, like, if you're, again, the best way I can describe it is if you were to talk to, like, a really good friend, a friend who is, like, a person that you just love to engage with, you guys talk about your future, your interests, what you currently like, those kind of things. You would talk to that person about anything and everything. Maybe you're not lucky enough to have one of those people in your life, but surely you've had something similar slightly. And that's kind of the barrier that you need to kind of dissolve, I think, when you're streaming. Now, granted, you don't want to fucking say crazy shit, so maybe don't treat it like too much like a friendship thing, but somewhat is, I think, good. But yes, but my takeaway for Kat, because Kat, by the way, if you guys didn't know this, Kat has started streaming a little bit. I hope he continues with it, because I do think he has an amazing voice, very similar to Fluff. And I also think that both Fluff and Kat are both the demo of people that will succeed exponentially when it comes to streaming specifically. The reason why is because they both have shown themselves in a very short time horizon to be able to stream for extremely long hours, and are really, really, really into things that they are really, really into. This tends to make you really good at connecting with people who are also really, really into that type of thing. I'm kind of a person that's scattered, unfortunately, so it doesn't really fit my MO. The only thing that I think that would be, like, the thing that like both Fluff and Kat after they basically built up enough reps to where they feel comfortable doing this completely like on autopilot mode, would be to invest in lead generation, essentially, which is like, okay, you have like the fucking monstrous endurance and strength to be able to stream. The only thing that you're lacking, I think, is the ability for people to give you a chance. So no one knows you exist, basically. So then the only way, the way, there's 1,000 ways you could solve that, but one of those ways is by doing shorts or making a YouTube video or making a build for a video game that you're playing in an RPG that you like. Any of those things. Just something that people
Lone
would find
Syndicate
that's not
said,
just your stream,
sent the art
you know?
to the Discord.
Let's see what this art is. Do I have it open? Let's see. But yes. This, go up here. Also, I hope that doesn't... Yeah, I hope I don't... sometimes I wish what's it called? The Discord like kept your notification there. 'Cause sometimes I'm sitting on a window, I'll click the window, and then it will like disappear. Or like it'll tell me that it's not like focused there, if that makes any sense. Okay, Lone. This is Lone's new art that he's been working on. Hell yeah, it's also been on vacation. Also, damn. Those are some... Oh, because their shirt's white. Gotcha. Also, is it see-through? My God. Wet shirt. Terrifying. Also, the heart straws. That must be a pain in the ass to rig. I feel like those straws would collapse. But well done, Lone. I always like seeing what kind of art you've been putting out. That's crazy. Again, the fact that you continue to crank on through is amazing. Yes. Also, again, the reason why we don't spend too much time on Lone's art is because it's always... I think it's good. Like as far as like, I think it's okay to show. But sometimes, you know, I don't trust that the AI is not like, is that a nipple? Or is that a foot? You know? Although it's weird that we're living in the age where a foot is considered almost canonically sexualized in some weird way, which is kind of odd. But, you know, anyways. It could just be the meme, and I'm just, you know. Anyways. But yeah. Case in point, seed. Honestly, it kind of is really relevant for this, for tomorrow's stream, I guess, suppose. Also Nong saying, yo, what's good, Nong? Oh, no, Nong, this is an old comment I see. I was reading the top of the chat. I think we got everything. There's definitely a point where I get fired, even if you're a vice president, but having anchors. Yeah, no, I think it's like I think the reason why I brought that up is because to me it was, it's interesting of like, I feel like Kat is kind of in a position where...
Lone Syndicate said the proportion are on point. Did you see those hands?
Oh, I didn't see the hands, really. Oh, yeah, actually, really good. That's actually really well done, especially this little bone here that you added. And the fingers kind of not looking, like, stagnant and, like, you know, stiff. It's really nice. I noticed that. It's well done, Lone. I'm happy. Please do that again, because sometimes I want to, like, I'm trying not to lose my train of thought, but I'm also trying, I would like to engage with that. So it's kind of like a balance. What was I going to say? The reason why I wanted to bring that up with when Kat brought up his workplace thing is that to me it's always tough when, like, if you're working for a company, sometimes I could see a company basically trying to extract like the most amount of like work from you that they don't necessarily have to like pay you more for doing. So it's kind of difficult to like balance those things. Is like, is the company that I'm investing in, will they like acknowledge this effort, or will they just
said in the soft pity range for seed, fingers crossed,
not incentivize my actions at all and like take advantage to some extent of that. And I feel like people probably get a sense for like your boss and like how many people are there and like office politics, I imagine, eventually. But yeah. Also, Fluff says in the soft pity range for say, fingers crossed. Yeah, hope you get her, man. She looks awesome. If I had more gems and whatnot, I might consider it.
Catman 11,234 said what you're saying we call hats. If you wear multiple hats, you're doing multiple jobs but being paid for one.
Well put.
I know guys with 4+ hats.
Yes, poetically said. Yeah, to me that's the thing where like, and it's tough because like you work at a startup and you'd hope that that's like felt, you know, and eventually when this like when the company makes money or like starts becoming bigger than just like, you know, barely surviving, then yes, you can like basically you hope that your boss eventually like pays it forward, and like when your company starts scaling, they're like great, but oftentimes when the company starts scaling, they're trying to like make their margins work so badly that they're like, yeah, we gotta cut things,
said S
hire
rank
better
at 7590.
people, so S ranked at 75. Oh, I see, for the thing. Pity, I mean. Hope you get her too, Fluff. Yeah, about the thing, man. I want to speak on that a little bit because I thought popped in my head. Also, Dizzy says something about Let It Die.
Lone
I'm so
Syndicate said I lost the 50-50 to Kaladabit. I spent $30 and got seed. I'm not
Thank you so
going
much,
for the
Dizzy.
engine this time
I'm sure
around
left.
though.
I appreciate you just saying that. I lost it. No! Oh, and it was to Collider. Damn.
Catman 11234 said the problem is my boss is one of the people wearing a shit ton of hats, so it becomes expected and looked down if you don't.
Yeah.
I very carefully managed to stay at 2 hats.
Yes, that's good for you. That's really good. It's tough because, like, again, so long as, like, again, it's like this is the fallacy of investing in a company where, like, if you run the business, abso-fucking-lutely you should wear 7 fucking hats. Why? Because you have the maximum amount to gain from the effort that you're putting in. An employee doesn't have that reassurance unless you work out some sort of like stock option or like percentage based option. Even if it's a really, really low percent, that makes some sense. That makes some sense why you're willing to like cut off your own leg just to do this, because even if eventually this company sells for like $100 million some shit, you're making a decent amount. But it's so often in startups where like as soon as they start making enough money, they will just hire quote unquote better people who have an experience wearing 7 hats or 1 hat really, really well. And they'll throw away the old people, or the people who were with them in the beginning, which is shitty. And some companies aren't like that. Like Google, I think, is notorious for one of the companies that is extremely not like that. And Apple, I think, is one of the opposite. It'll kill you immediately. But yeah, it's tough because like, it's funny, Kat, because I'm like learning a lot right now. That's like the main thing I'm learning about is like business. It's funny that you're working at a startup because like I'm hearing all these things of like, all what especially right now, which essentially is be called like a money model, which is like the funnel and the quote unquote structure that like makes your business money, and knowing how to like what's called CAC, cost to acquire customer, and all these variables, and how to like make all of these like kind of quote unquote math equations or something like that equal out to where like not only do you afford the crafting of your base products, but also the the acquisition of your customer, but then also the acquisition of your next customer, and then knowing how to like 3x that income would basically allow you to like scale
said,
exponentially
"Hi there,
faster."
Grin. I'm late, but
things.
how are you doing, buddy?"
I'm doing pretty good, Ray. I'm so excited for Borderlands. I bought the fucking deluxe edition, which is 120 fucking Canadian dollars. I'm excited to talk to you guys about the other 2 things that we have on the docket, and the other thing that I probably should get this out of the way, but I'll let everyone settle in. If you want to like talk about anything about your week, what happened, anything you're excited for, before we get into this very selfish Grin talks about something that interests him segment. Okay. Really, it only interests him, I should say. Maybe 2 other people here, maybe. Kat and maybe Gnawing. My boss is the VP. He has about 5 hats right now. The boss is the CEO, who I can get no clue how many hats he has. I'm answering to the VP, vice president, since they've never had an IT guy, so there's no standard for them, which is spooky to me, as he complains to the CEO when I fuck up. This morning was hard since I thought rip. Harder than I thought. Yeah, that's Kat. That's where you really got to be careful.
Lone Syndicate said I shall return.
Return. Yeah, I think that's where you got to really be careful, Kat, because if a person doesn't have it's fucking hilarious, but it's like this stupid meme within like manga, which is like banished from the hero's party, is like the trope within storytelling in manga and manhwa. But the idea is always that like the party doesn't realize how much things like the S tier guy.
50-50 lost
That's
to Grace.
so fucking disheartening. I'm so sorry about that. But yes, the thing that's like a trope, which is basically like the person who is doing like all of the shit and making the whole like S rank party work, they're the person that like they don't know like what a healer is supposed to do. So the healer is providing like fucking support scaling. He's acting as like a diversion. He's doing all of these things. And then what ends up happening is like they end up treating the person like shit, or not giving the person what they justly deserve. The person ends up like leaving an abusive, essentially, relationship, going and finding like a normal human being, and then like 10xing their success when they finally meet a person that's even just not completely shit, because they're so good at wearing so many different hats. So that's something that's like, I guess that's a good ending to it. So even when it's a bad ending, so long as you're acquiring skills and you're becoming proficient, you're still gonna win out in the end because you're still basically becoming more valuable as a person. So I guess it's hard to lose in that situation. But I do think that's a really bad situation when like your boss doesn't have any gauge of how much you're supposed to do or how little you're supposed to do. Yeah, but I imagine Cat knows all that stuff, and he's playing it by ear, and he's doing good stuff like that. But makes me worry a little
out
bit.
Of any of the S ranks to lose to. I'll take it. At least she's also mech obsessed.
Yeah, but I say Grace is pretty good. Although
Catman
I wish they reworked some of those characters.
11234
We'll buff them.
said, I like your S rank analogy, but my boss is working 5 to 8 daily and letting me do normal hours. It's almost reverse in that he's S tier, but I do know it at least.
Okay.
He's holding it together, lol.
Yes. So like again, this is something that you gotta make a valid judgment on that. But again, Cat, like him, like that's a, like as a person who is like looking into running his own business, that's like a low amount of things. Like like as a person who like you want to start your own business, every single person says you need to increase your volume, your capacity for work. Meaning you need to wake up at like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and then go to bed at like work nonstop, get home after you're done doing your job, and then go to bed or then like get home at 8, and then you have like 2 hours to do whatever you want to do. But like you're working nonstop, you do that for like so many weeks, and there's gonna be times where you barely get like that's even less time that you get. You got to work all the way till 10 or 11 or something. So like that's normal. The reason why you're willing to do that is because not only is it very satisfying by like having something so demanding to pursue, but it's also that you get 10 times more. So I don't think you should feel like weird or bad about like not like working a normal hours thing, because you don't have the most to gain here. He does, which is why it makes sense that they're working so hard to do that, you know. But again, that doesn't mean he's not an amazing guy and he's someone like you want to bet on for sure. Like that totally could be real. I just think that's a normal thing. I think when you're starting a business is to have to work like 20 times more than other people. This is also why most founders are kind of ruthless about like the amount of times if you ask any founder of any business, hey, how do you feel about like people wanting to get paid more or like or the next generation not wanting certain jobs, they'll fucking you can guarantee the answer.
Oh yeah, also I lost 50-50 and 75-25 for seed in her weapon, but I still got her cuz I stocked up a bunch.
Oh, nice. Oh, we got seed. Wow, y'all are going for seed and I guess that makes sense. Seed does look like a fun character to play. I should say that. Yeah. I'm surprised so many people are like swinging though, especially people who are like not like lone. It makes sense. Fluff I know is also a low spender, if not a free to play. And Raid I know is like what feels like a retired spender. Not that he's not willing to throw down, but just that he prefers to not at this point in his life. I don't know if that's true, but that's the vibe I get from Raid. Also, should we watch? We're about to talk about other things, so I guess we won't be watching this for too much longer. But needless to say, I did hear like this video that we're watching right now starts off like this.
And welcome to Borderlands 4. Today I've got some special gameplay for you from my exclusive Rafa playthrough. He's been pretty much my favorite so far of the Vault Hunters, and as you will see in just a little bit, he's crazy strong as well, even from early on. Of course, thanks 2K for providing an early review code.
He says he's crazy strong. This is what crazy strong looks like. So now it was his first playthrough, so maybe Rafa is good. This doesn't bode great for Amon. My fear is Amon is gonna be a weird character. The more I watch stuff, the more I hear people say like, hey, like I was watching Moxie from Borderlands stuff, Borderlands fame, talk about how Harlow is going to be broken probably at endgame because of the various builds and the various gear things that she requires, but as soon as she gets to endgame, she's going to be able to like keep up her action skill up the whole time. Like it's one of those things where like she gets one capstone and she's fucking eaten. Yeah. I didn't hear a lot of people talk about Amon. If I'm honest, it was probably the least talked about of like, hey, with these 3 skills, he becomes broken. So I don't know, but it's probably still the character I'm going to go. It's either Rafa or him. But the good news is if I play Rafa, or I play Amon, I should be able to
S rank at about 15 pulls remaining from full pity.
S rank at about 15 pulls. Ooh, so you can chip away at it? Is that what I'm understanding that right? Or is that what raid is we're talking about? No, I think it's referring to raid. I lost the 50-50 Sag, 75 for seed and her weapon. But I still got her.
Gnawing Fetus said from what I've seen for Amon, they were just sipping around and smashing, blowing things apart.
Yes, for Amon, well, maybe we should, now that people got some gameplay, let's actually look for Amon gameplay specifically. Amon. Also, man, how do y'all feel about all these YouTubers getting the game early? I always feel very weird because I am such a person that like deeply wants like if the game's 2 months out, I want all the gameplay. Like, show me everything. But if the game's a week out, I don't want to see it because I want to get like that. Still keep that like.
Said, seems like
you know?
It took me 150 pulls or so.
Okay, damn. I don't think there's any. I don't see any Amon specific gameplay. I see that's like a month old. Like, yeah, I see one. A lot of it's Rafa, which makes sense. Rafa was the first or second character actually they showed. Huh. I wanted to see some like just Amon gameplay. With like everyone got their like early release stuff. Like they're like, we're playing the game right now. Eat it, idiot. And that's tough. But you know, I was hoping that there'd be some gameplay. It's only a month. April 1 month ago. Yeah, I don't really seeing that, but I guess I could. No. What the heck? Boopity boopity, maybe that. 4 weeks, 2 weeks. Maybe we just say no. Let's just go back. I don't see any Amon gameplay. Sag. Let's watch this thing. Oh, that was the one we just watched. God damn it. I'm so bad at this. I'm so fucking the worst. Also, 44 minutes of gameplay is disgusting. Why do we need that much? So let's slap this up. This is what we just watched, but it's a different perspective. All right, good. So it's the same gameplay, but different, I guess. This is from Killer 6, and another renowned person. That's also a sponsored video. I never watched any gameplay. That's not a trailer. That's not a trailer pre-release. Oh, yikes. I'm sorry. Don't look at the screen. Look away. I have currently 220 pulls, by the way, in Zenless. So hopefully we're able to get Dragon Girl. And then whatever comes next. I think there's another character that I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Oh, right, the mage, like the weird mage. The mage is a support character, though, and I don't know if she's going to work with any of my teams that I have, so it's weird, but yeah. I didn't even keep track of how many pulls I used. Jesus, you were
Catman 11,234 said, I haven't been watching the stream.
Look away. Don't look. Okay, now look. Now look at this. Now look at the stream. Okay, guys, this introduces the part of the stream which is selfish and just for me. Honestly, the whole stream probably could be argued that, but this is more so than the others. So, for those of you guys who are the most excited about VR, I know it's all of us. We're all super into it. There's a little old thing that I was talking about when it comes to the Valve Deckard, okay? Well, guess what? Valve just bought a trademark called Steam Frame. So normally there was like Steam OS or Steam VR OS or whatever it's called. That's now been replaced with the trademark Steam Frame, in which they have updated their entire interface to do that. So yes, so essentially, people are saying that, okay, the Valve Deckard is now the Steam Frame. And within the thing, because of a little old anime-loving, freaky, weird guy called Sadly Bradley, we now see a full rendition of the Valve hand things, the controllers, in-game. Yes, this is through the Steam VR overlay, in which now you can see what they look like. You know those things we see a long time ago? Well, now they got a little button here that's Steam-ified. Honestly, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just saying hold it. But yes, neat. Very neat. Anyways, but that's what they look like. Kind of cool. We knew they were going to look like this. Why does this matter, you might be saying? Well, because this is usually something that says, maybe, possibly, we're close. Okay, I don't want to say anything, but maybe, maybe it'll come out this year.
McFlufferkin said, all right. Saving my 130 pulls or so for later, at 40 remaining for either W engine, and I may try for triggers as Orphe's banner gets closer.
Yes, I feel like people did say that it was better to have Orphe than to her weapon, but it's kind of close. But anyways, I was going to say, to me, it's possible that there's like a holiday release. There was also some leaks for Steam that was gonna sell their like Steam machine, and that's like the pipe dream that everyone's like fucking coping for, which is like, please tell me the $1,200 price tag was their like weird Steam PC console, like the small console with the VR headset. So maybe like $500 or $600 for the Steam console, and then like $400 for the headset. That way, we don't have to spend that much money, you know. So people are hoping for that, but I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of updates to like the in Steam drivers. It's dawning on me that this is literally just like a hey, Microsoft updated Windows type of vibe, but for Steam. But for specifically a VR thing. That's kind of what it is. It's very cool. They're updating like Proton, or not Proton, but the various interfacing that helps Steam interface with stuff. This was huge. They also implemented the Steam Link VR USB dongle to be Wi-Fi 6 instead of the Quest 4's dongle, which is I think 5. So better. So basically, it's kind of confirmed at this point that. Well, I shouldn't say it's confirmed, but it seems pretty confirmed that like whatever this new headset is, it's going to have it's going to be wireless, and it's going to have it's still going to be something interfacing with your PC probably, and it's going to have lower latency and better quality because of Wi-Fi 6. All those things, and it probably will still come with like a dongle type stuff because I think that's what it is saying. Anyways, very neat. Yes. Is that it? These are just him talking. I was just watching this before the stream, if I'm honest. Yes, so that's kind of cool. I'm excited. Yes, so you just plug a dongle in, bang. Did I not say that right? A USB dongle into the thing, and then it automatically starts transferring, and rather than being corded, which is nice. Look away, cat. Look away. But I'm excited. I'm hyped.
Gnawing Fetus said price tag theoretical.
Price tag is still so the tariff stuff made everything messy. But to me, it's like that's the pipe dream, Nong. The pipe dream is that it's probably what if the $1,200 speculation that we had seen way long ago was actually for the Steam machine, which is their console, like a PS4 basically. Basically, we end up being I think the same price as a PS5 with their VR headset, which is about like a $400-$500 console to a $600 console with a $400 headset. But if you already have a PC and it's not shit, then you can just get this headset. But people are still saying, but what we know, like especially with all that ARM stuff, why it's called like the frame, is because it's all of the like updates into Steam all signal that it's what we basically thought it was, which is like
McFlufferkin said, and Seed is now maxed for tryout recommendation.
Ooh, nice. What do you mean? What do you mean tryout? Max? What do you mean? Is she just super fun? Is that what you mean? But yes, I keep losing my train of thought, man. It basically confirms what we were saying, which is like Steam is trying to basically say, hey, what if we made this pair of goggles which lets you like render your games in a better frame rate. They've also added, this is huge, they also added like a different ARM, which is like the thing the program runs on or something like that, for eye-tracked fovea rendering.
Gnawing Fetus said if it's like that, I might actually get it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I agree, but to me, that's what's really compelling, is like to be able to control your interface with your eyes is always a compelling thought to me, and for it to also just be like, hey, you buy this $400 thing, and you get any screen resolution, any size of screen you want, as well as it just makes your games run better. Especially if I could like kick the can down the road to not have to buy a fucking $2,000 or $3,000 graphics card again, that'd be pretty nice. And I like VR anyway, so again, the deal is, this product makes your PC more efficient and gives you a giga crazy screen and gives you a cooler way to interface with the menus and shit that you want. And if you happen to like VR, then you can play some VR games. But like, it's not just, hey, you want to play these niche games, which are amazing, but it's like, hey, here's all the other value to it.
11,234 said good low latency wireless VR is my calling.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
You almost confirmed that for me, so it's a confirmed buy for me. Top tier.
Yes, I do. This is my whole thing. Like, this is where I kind of find like I'm clashed. Is I really don't want it to be $1,200 or $2,000 headset. The big screen beyond is like $3,000. It's like it's insane. You gotta buy because you gotta buy all this other shit, and with Canadian dollars, it's gonna be more. Anyways, to me, where I deeply hope, or what I'm kind of like clashed between, I guess I should say, is a part of me is like, hey, I would love it if it was like $400, which would probably be like $800 Canadian to me. That'd be nice. I tracked decent lenses, etc. The issue I have is it would be really cool. I would probably consider myself at this point an enthusiast, essentially. But I'm not $3,000 enthusiast. But I am, what is the maximum amount of stuff that I can gain for the dollar that I want? And I would like better resolutions, I think. I think that's something better to me. Like, if it was like the same quality as the Quest 4 or the Quest, the newest Quest 3, whatever it is, which is like 2K resolutions, give or take, I wouldn't be super pleased. I kind of want us to push into that 4K range, which is tough because that to me is really nice. Like, that's like a good sell of like, hey, you want to watch a movie in the best fucking quality on a giga giant screen? Hell yeah. You want to watch YouTube videos in the best quality possible? Yeah. You know, like these are things that like, oh, I would use that more than just 2K resolutions. And that would stop me. Like, to me, it becomes kind of a better deal because, oh, like, it fits my buy case, like, really well to have better quality things because, I use, like, basically I wouldn't have to buy, like, a giga crazy monitor, and I could have it, like, be huge if I wanted, like the 4K displays, etc. And I like VR, and I would like the idea that, like, foveated rendering would make my games well. Like, so it just fits all the things for me.
said I'd prefer 4K.
Yes.
I'd drop a few extra 100s for 4K over 2K.
Yes, me too. So if it was, like, if it was, like, let's say 400, but if they could push it to, like, 4K displays, and like I'm okay with 90 refresh rate. I would like more, but 90 refresh rate's acceptable. I would be willing to buy like the designated $1,200 price, which probably would be like $800. Like, so I think if it was normally $400, maybe it's an extra $200. But for me, with Canadian taxing and shipping, it probably would be around, probably not $1,200, probably around like almost $1,000 for me, which I have saved. So, dude, that would be crazy. If the stars aligned to where, like, the exact money I saved a fucking year ago, dude, for the headset, yeah, I'd be able to be okay. But, dude, you know what's crazy? Oh, dude, Faye could kill me. You know why, Nong? I saved last year. For my birthday, for every kind of event that people may give you money for.
Gnawing Fetus said 90 is scrapping the barrel for VR to me. I'd love 120.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's true. But there's not very many, I don't think, that can get to like 4K displays with high refresh rate yet. Meta's working on something. But yes, I think, and that's kind of tough. We're like, do you want 4K displays or do you want 120 FPS? To me, even though I have motion sickness, I kind of would prefer higher quality displays. It'd be cool if we could choose. But dude, what if it ended up like this? I saved like money last year for like $1,000 basically for this headset. But then it came out that it was $1,200. And I was like, oh shit. I'm fine to like take the $200 out of my pocket to buy this thing. Sure. I've been waiting for such a long time. Why not? But it's taken such a long time with tariffs, with just dev, whatever the hell, that I have had to wait a whole another year. And it's looking like if there was ever a time for it to release, it would make sense that it's a holiday season, especially if it's not just a headset, but like a weird Steam console. So people were asking their parents for a gift. They don't ask for a PS4 or PS5, sorry. They would ask for a Steam machine, and probably the thing. Or if you're like a girlfriend, you want to buy your boyfriend something, you could give him a Steam controller, which is something that people are also suspecting. Or if they're in VR, you could buy them the headset, like these kind of things. So, but anyways, what I think is funny is I have the $1,000 saved. I'm probably going to do the same thing I did last year, which I just don't spend my money in general. It's for like people give me money for birthdays or whatever, Christmas. I just keep it. So I wonder if it's knowing my luck, it'll be $2,000, and I'll have to spend 2 years worth of this, and it was just faked. Fate was like, "Don't you have enough money yet? Wait another year." Bang! Now you have probably still not enough money. It probably still will be. Yeah. Anyways, I also bought these fucking controller things. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I feel also haggard, just like real tired, because I've been waiting for this thing for so long, and every person, and it's funny because when you're part of a community for so long, and then you finally realize why like the other people on Reddit are fatigued and they're like kind of being toxic, is because eventually you just get like, you're just tired. You're just tired of hoping. It's like, hope is supposed to be like a nutritious thing, keeps you at heart in the game, you know what I mean? But eventually hope can turn to just cynicism, where you're like, you know what, why do we even bother? You know? And I am happy that I haven't quite got to that point, but I can kind of see myself getting to that point very soon. I also don't love that it still looks like there's quite a bit of immunity phases. I'm fine with immunity phases, but like there's the time where he like throws the schmutz on the boss is like getting gassed, but like right now I should be able to shoot him. It doesn't show right now, but it showed a previous part where like I should be able to shoot him as soon as I throw that thing and it contacts with him. I shouldn't have to have him like take a knee, cough a bunch, and then finally I can start dealing damage. Like, that's annoying. So that doesn't bode well for some of the boss fights. It looks like immunity phases are still kind of in there, even though every single person ever who played the game said that they were shit. But anyways, I'm being toxic already. Have you guys seen the game that was made by one of or many of the Witcher 3 or something devs?
Catman 11234 said, I feel toxic hope. The book series 1 keep trying to get you to read. The Name of the Wind has 2 of 3 books out, with the third on year 14 of it's coming out this year.
The Toxic Hope?
Beats Got by 1, I think.
Okay, beats Game of Thrones by 1, I think. Oh, wow, really? Huh. It's the third on the 14th year it's coming out. Damn. How many books? 2 to 3 books? With the third on year 14. Okay. Huh. Yeah, man. You know what's funny, Kat? I want to be like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a reader. But, which is a hilarious sentence to say. I sound illiterate. But anyways, yeah, I was... I said the same thing about manhwa, and so give me a solid 10 years, and I'll be burning through those books. Okay, maybe. Hopefully, it's probably less than that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the game I found that apparently had like a dev thing the other day that I want to show you guys because it looks kind of compelling. It also looks a little scuffed, a little bit, but it's basically this is the year of vampire games.
Said an abandoned series. It sounds like. If it's been 14 years up in the air.
Oh, that's what okay, I didn't really piece that together. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. So wait, is it still... Well, dude, that's the problem. If it's the name of the same game, it's beautifully written. You see, that's the problem, man. Is that I feel like eventually, like, it's like the JRR, whatever the hell his name is. Not RR, the guy who made Game of Thrones. Where, like... I think it eventually, your, like, creation becomes too grand and means too much to certain people that you lose, like, the creativity that you require because you're afraid, basically. Like, the stakes are too high, so you can't play anymore. It's almost better to, like, make all of your books, like do the Harry Potter thing, where, like, the J.R. Rowling or whatever her name is, she basically said, like, I had all the books made already, fully laid out, all completed. Not completed, but, like, the whole baseline of the stories and everything that happens like day one, basically. Day one before I started writing. That's a little psychotic because it's fucking like 12 books or something. But at least then it's not like you trying to be like, oh, I need to change all this stuff. It's like, no, I just need to make whatever I decided better, which kind of shows. Like, Harry Potter is not the most like, oh, it's such a big brain idea, but it's just like whatever is there seems well executed. At least in my opinion. But yes. Anyways, this is the game I want to show you guys. This is something we have to react to. This is the Bloodwalker game. Essentially, think of Witcher, but instead of monsters, it's vampires. And you have vampire powers. I thought Kat would get a kick out of this.
11,234 said he's written himself into a corner, or so he says. And he lashes out at fans who ask, including a pizza guy live on Twitch you can watch on YouTube lol. I think it'll come out next year. Year 15 rolling on the floor laughing.
I see. I understand how that all connects. So this is what Kat was saying was, I'm a big fan of this book. The guy hasn't released the book in a long time. Every year I'm like, this is the year. It's happening today. And eventually it becomes kind of a toxic hope. I got you. That's tough. I got nothing on that. I don't think I'm waiting anything for 15 years. That's too much. That's too much. I was gonna say this is something that Kat may enjoy because this has got the same like For Honor omnidirectional gameplay, similar to Kingdom Come, I believe as well. But yeah, I hope this game does get polished because it does look a little jank, a little bit, but it also has cool moments. Specifically in the RPG mechanics, like the combat, I hope it gets dialed up. You're just cutting people down, parry block, decide to execute that motherfucker with a special ability. But this is where it looks cool, where like you can see.
Knowing Fetus said Elder Scrolls 6 Grin.
This is not the Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, well, not for me because I'm satisfied. I would consider like in order for you to be in a state of toxic hope.
Catman 11,234 said face holding back tears, face holding back tears, face holding back tears.
What do you call it? In order for you to have like the toxic hope, you have to be deprived. You can't have it. Like to me, I feel like with Oblivion, with some Fallout, I get my itch scratched. It's not like completely like nothing. The Valve Decker we've been waiting on for, dude, you know what's fucked up? It's not even that long. Dude, if you look up when was like the Valve Index made, it's like, I think like 6 years, maybe less. It just feels like a millennia. I don't know why, but it's not been that long, actually. It's not like a console. It's like, I don't even think we're at console times, where consoles usually came out like every 8 years, 10 years, something like that. Not anymore. Now it's every 5 years, something stupid, but yeah. It looks kind of nice, right? It's a very, like, made by similar devs. That's what they say, is like, made by the devs that made The Witcher, but it's not CD Projekt Red, I don't believe. I think it's, like, the people who worked on it. Essentially, I just don't know how many people worked on the game.
Catman 11,234 said the For Honor community is infamous for saying, just make an RPG with the combat system of this game, and you'll be billionaires.
Yes.
Someone finally did it.
But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Let's see if it captures it. This is what interests me. Is because...
What are you talking about? I wanted to pay my respects to the city's founders. Light a candle in their memory, if possible.
Sorry to disappoint, son, but there's no crypt in this house of worship now, if that is all.
You ask about it, it's okay. You basically go for like a prayer thing. You also go and you find like a dead zombie vampire in the walls. Yes. You are also a daywalker. That's the whole premise. You're not a witcher in this game, but you're a daywalker, which means you can go in the sun, you're a bitch, and then you at night and you can teleport and stuff. Kind of neat.
I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game
pre-beta,
quests.
so the combat can
It's
get
a really
better.
cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems. We're starting on the outskirts of Svartro, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here,
Hogwarts.
we could head anywhere the eye can see, explore ancient ruins,
Ooh, you go anywhere the eye can see, so you can go up to these mountains and shit.
or sabotage vampire blood transports.
Now you might be saying, hey, that's not as cool. To me, what's cool about this is it does seem like it has like the grounded nature of The Witcher. So like if we go over here and we see like the actual combat, like you can just happen upon some enemies and start throwing down. Very grounded like Witcher combat, and eventually you can like put curses on them where like their skin melts, so you can like cut your your hand or some shit. You can stun them, but then I think he does like a hex on this guy eventually, which like burns his flesh. It's kind of metal. It's this guy. Come on, do your thing. So basically, I think like you can block or you can get an attack window in based on the like opposite direction that they end up attacking. Do the thing where you throw poison in his face. I could just skip past it, but it's got to happen eventually.
Catman 11234 said the parries look very crispy. I will be buying this game.
Hell yeah. Okay, this is it. This is what it is. So you can spend one of your little diamond things, which regenerate over time. You cut your hand, because you're a vampire, blood magic. You burn his flesh off. And eventually, I think you can like shoot him with an arrow. That was one of his skills that he activated, but the guy was so close to dying anyway that I think he just beheads him. Or is that... No, it's an aerial attack. Okay, good. So that would have just... I think that would have like done a mass AoE sweep, but instead he was so close to dying that he just cut his head off because he entered into like an animation scene. Very neat. But that's kind of cool. You got RPG mechanics. You got your clothes you can wear. I don't know if you can customize his face. I kind of do. You hope you can. Maybe not his face, but like his hair, because I'm not loving the like, yeah, the ponytail man bunny vibe personally. But that's just a me thing probably. Anyways, you got some basic bitch swords and such, but if we go over here, we got a pretty neat skill tree. I think like regardless of what you choose, you're gonna have like blood magic, which is neat. Like you reduce your health and stuff like that every time you cut yourself, so you can like reduce the cost of that. This is kind of lacking. I hope like this doesn't look very fun to me, but you also have like many different tabs, so maybe that's different things. These are human perks, but what to me had me like okay, is when they talked about how like the RPG-ification of it all. So like you can go in here because it's morning. And you basically talk to like a priest. You're also like a vampire in here, so just odd in general. They also baptize them with blood because this is like a weird blood cult religion type thing. Yada yada yada. This guy asks you like,
"Well, young man,
do I know you?"
Sorry.
He basically says, "Do you want to like repent?"
I'll take your confession.
And you can choose like, "No, thank you, sir," or "Very well," and time will go away. So I think that's a huge thing with this game is because like you want to get to nighttime when you're the strongest. I think. So that's a way that you can go about it.
You deem your conscience.
Yeah, so he says, "No, I'm not interested. Leave me alone." They show this whole area.
What we saw right here was just one of many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene. We use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore.
Yes.
Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it? The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop.
This.
Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night and has a different set of skills at his
This
disposal.
part gets me like, okay, because like already Witcher vibe, I'm like, all right, sure. But imagine if Geralt was like, fuck it, at nighttime, this turns into an infamous Second Son game. And you'll see that in a minute.
It's just one variable that affects our quests. Depending on when you tackle a particular quest,
so he's going to come back at night. We can't get up there, but if it was nighttime, we could.
And for all what's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story. It's worth mentioning that narrative sandbox also means that you may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on
So that's already a huge promise, where it's like, if you don't want to do this weird thing, you can go get this done a different way. Maybe you go and see like a female baron, and you have a whole quest chain about her, which is neat.
Let's see how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk as a vampire on the rooftops of Svartro. Right now,
pretty
we
cool
have
movement,
22
basic.
days left to complete this goal. This counter is always displayed, and you will be warned each time it's pushed forward.
This? Yes.
So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you'll be spending than a racing clock.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I could just get to the next day, like
as a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you what we
This is cool. This
is Shadow Step, a unique vampiric ability allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach. Now, let's take a good look around using the
yada yada yada. The cool thing about this is that he basically can like spam this fucking like crazy. He's like out here just teleporting, bang, 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 bang. There's no cooldown. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Very cool. He's also not like sucking up all of his health, which you guys can see that he doesn't have a lot of health. This guy eventually goes in to say that like, hey, like all of your special powers functions off of you basically your vitality, which is what you can do to get your stuff back. So they have a whole system in here where basically this is a drunk guy. Let's skip to where it actually starts doing it. Drunk guy.
Let's grab him.
Yes.
And use Voracious Bite ability.
That's kind of cool. He's just...
Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink.
Look at that.
You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them.
Damn.
And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
But to me, that's kind of cool. That's like, I worry, because I worry when they put like something that like that's so morally quote unquote right. I could see them being like, there's a special ending if you don't kill any of them, and I'm like, god damn it, then that means I'm gonna go for it. That means I'm not gonna be able to mess with like 90% of the mechanics. They're like blood bending type shit. So that's kind of cool, but also kind of a little shitty. Anyways, he goes in here. It's nighttime. He ends up like using his special powers to. It also looks like a pretty game. It's also beta, like early beta, so the combat's gonna look more fluid. That's the only thing I don't like is the animations to like teleport. I wish it were more fluid instead of it like looks like it starts and stops. But that shit cool. That's awesome. Like that's where I'm like, okay. So it's not like you gotta still like find a teleportation point and go up there. It's like no, you can just run up a wall like a fucking creepy wraith looking ass thing. Anyways, so you teleport. He gets in there. He ends up. You can like scan shit. I thought it was neat. Eventually, he basically ends up going down there, meets like this old crow hag thing, fights her, looks nasty. Look at those hands. And then he has like two combat modes. So like in the daytime, he uses his sword dominantly, but at nighttime he can use his claws, which look horrifying, especially in combat. But you can also use your sword. So if you wanted to say, fuck it, I don't want to use my gross claws, you don't have to. But look at his this is the only part that looks a little scuffed. Look at his fucking claws, dude. Just it looks like he has 3 fingers also. But looks again very prototype. It's like a The Witcher melded with like a prototype kind of aesthetic at night. Again, hopefully they tighten up the finessey parts of this because it looks a little jank in some cases, but this is early beta, so there's a hope for us. Pre-beta even footage. But I thought this game was neat. This game looked really cool, and this scratches my like Witcher itch that kind of did what I wanted The Witcher to do, which is I wanted The Witcher to like up the ante. Again, I hate the idea like there's an RPG where it very much feels like you cap out on like your power to some extent. You know, like it's like, hey, you maybe do more damage with your sword strikes, or like maybe you can put a shield that's impenetrable on you, but like it's not like in Skyrim where like it's like, oh, you go from like casting a shitty fireball to calling down a giant meteorite that fucking like looks different and is different and results in more damage, but at least it looks more than what you start off as. Where Witcher, you kind of like start here and you kind of end looking somewhat similar, but just end up doing more damage, I feel like a lot of times. Anyways, but That's cool. This game looks neat. On the radar, it's called The Blood of the Daywalker, essentially. Could use a better name. Not that catchy, but anyways. But this is interesting, dude.
Gnawing Fetus said looks like
Yes.
Arkham for the combat.
Yes, a lot of Arkham combat stuff. But I'm excited to use it. It's using the parry system, because I think it's using the parry system, but kind of like an interesting version of it, where you can see like where they're blocking, but as soon as they get to attack, it shows you like they're okay for the top half. So like you can't like, I guess you can block the top half, but I think if you have a faster weapon like a dagger or something like that, you can get 2 slashes in and still block. So that's kind of neat. That like that's a different thing for me that I haven't seen in these kind of omnidirectional games, is where it's just like, hey, if I'm attacking here and you see me wind up and you have a fast weapon, you can get 2 stabs in and then still block. Playing that by ear, you know. But this is the other vampire game that's probably coming out either to this year or next year, which is called Bloodline the Masquerade, or Bloodline 2, basically. This game hasn't been in development hell, but what like is here looks like it could be good. It looks kind of cool to me, but it's just one of those things that like I am super like on the fence, because if there's ever a game, flashbang, that is kind of could be shit, like you could spend the money and it's broken, nothing works, and it's 2 hours long, it's probably this. But if we subdue that for a minute, the stuff here is actually pretty neat. So first of all, check this shit out. There's a big bad guy.
You're going down.
Oh, they censored. Pow! Bang! So yeah, basically, I do think we're already a vampire, and we're already part of like these individual bloodline families, so we're not like a new vampire. But they have various different powers, and essentially they introduce like a cool stealth mechanic.
McFlufferkin said it's a Bloodline sequel in name only. Treat it more like a standalone title that does look pretty good.
Okay.
The Chinese room are the new devs, and they seem to have made a fun game out of the IP.
Ooh, that's good, at least. Okay, so what I do like is that basically, well, there's 2 things that are like stand out. One, it's an RPG type vibe. It very much feels like Saints Row in the sense that like you're basically plopped into this world and you're like vying for power in the city, I think, like sieging against the various different families. But, and this is what's just like a positive, dude, this used to be like the #1, I'm so hyped that this game has it, and ever since Forspoken, it's my most like feared thing now. I love a buddy cop fucking game, all right, where like it's like, hey, I got this like little Joker in my head, or a little companion that keeps me company. That's essentially what this guy is. You get like this detective.
Good evening.
Whatever trickery this is, get out now.
If I could, I'm sure I would. But I'm not even certain where I'm in to get out of it.
Very well. Gather yourself, then speak.
He appreciated that. See, that shit I like. I like that shit. That shit is like very. That's in well, it's not in Cyberpunk, but it's something that exists. You have to be nice to Johnny Sin or whatever his name is. I don't know. The fucking Keanu Reeves, different guy, different Johnny. Anyways, Keanu Reeves, but you don't get the like. He liked that or he appreciated that node, but it's still kind of neat that it exists. It makes me feel like that's the kind of thing that makes my choices weirdly feel like they matter, even though, you know, the story's going to end up how it is. But anyway, so we have a buddy cop thing. So we have this, like, other vampire thing in our head, probably pulling us through the main story.
Fetus said
Silverhand, thank you. But what is really neat to me, well, first of all, there's, like, stealth mechanics, which are neat. So, like, the dude sneaking and being creepy. You could, like, blast through this door and I think kill them. But then the guy makes a good point here.
Through your eyes is... This is quite something.
It's cold as balls out here.
Yeah, I got it.
Some called the cops. No way out there.
I can handle these mortals.
They'd be missed. That'd mean a full-scale hunt. We must not break the masquerade.
He said the thing. Anyways, yeah, so it's just cool, like, stealth mechanics they show. You can break walls. You, like, fuck up this whole thing. Anyways, you go up here. What's really neat to me,
Catman 11,234 said in defense of Silverhand in 2077, the game wants you to judge by body language and other clues if the character liked what you said.
Yeah, it is also kind of easy to, like, you just gotta know that he's kind of an anarchist and he doesn't like pussies. Like, just a total bitch. So whenever you stand up for yourself, but also, like, rage against the machine type shit, he, like, my guy. And I still think it comes down to probably like 3 or 4 moments where it's pretty obvious he's like, don't do this. I don't like this. Anyways, but the combat, because I still think it's in like a little bit of a beta thing, the combat looks like I'm like, I love it, and also I hate it deeply. I'll show you guys here. He basically kills a guy, I think, up here eventually. A lot of like moving through, dilapidated corridors, stuff like that. Where is it? This is it. Okay. So he sees this guy, and this is the classic. Well, this one doesn't give you an option. This one's like you can either feed, which kills him immediately. So none of this weird morally gray, like, do you want to kill the person outright, or do you want to like only suck a little bit? No, sounds horrible, but you're gonna empty that weird sentence. Anyways, yes, no weird morally gray thing here. I feel like it's like, no, you're a vampire. You've been a vampire for years. You've killed many people already. We're not the guy who's gonna be like, nah, but I couldn't embrace my monsterness. No, you're a monster. It's fine. Anyways, so this is the combat. I hope it's still in beta, because it looks a little chunky. So like the impact looks pretty good, where it could be like, ba, 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 ba. Let's show it with some sound. Bop, bop, bop. And if you hold charge, you can send a motherfucker, okay? Look at that. That's solid. Then it gets messy. You see what I mean? Like, so that like, ba, ba, ba. That was great, but then it's like, I rolled into a chair and now I'm here, I guess.
McClufferkin said the biggest concern is how 2 of the playable clans are locked behind a deluxe edition paywall. 90 United States dollars. Game is about 2 to 3 months away from release.
Oh, okay, so maybe this will be just like kind of a, Wibbit scuffed. But anyways, yeah, the combat still looks a little scuffed, but it's not terrible. Probably like for a game that it is, but if it's $90, that's insane. Like I would buy this game if it was $40 for sure, but if it was at full 60 price with a whole $90 on top, that's a lot. Especially for me, who's like Canadian, so that's even more money if it's US based. Anyways, that doesn't bode well. But what else is it? The thing that did make me interested, there's like telekinesis and stuff like that, which is cool. So like there are like meaningful powers. The guy video I'm watching of this, the guy just struggles to like, he keeps pulling them and not pulling the statue over there, which you can pull. Anyways, there's one thing that makes me think, okay, I do like this part of it, which is they basically make you commit to a bloodline path. So this is basically like a build. So you're not like the Borderlands basically let you, or not Borderlands, sorry, Wonderlands, like let you play a character, but that character had like 3 different skill trees. That's essentially what it looks like it is. So, I asked you what your blind thing is. So basically, you can pick between all 4 of these, and this will like unlock that skill tree, it seems like. Which some of them is like magic based, some of them is like trickery based, like mind control. Another one is like brute. If you skip, this is all like the base stats. So if you get this, I believe you have, well, I think you still have to buy 1 or 2 of these. But this is like the main path that you have, and there's branching paths that let you alter that one thing. So eventually he buys this one. He has like a cool moment where it's like, hey, let's go see Johnny or whatever. And you do that, and then eventually it like shows you all of these other capstones. Now maybe it doesn't work that way. Okay, maybe it's, yeah. Okay, no, that's not how it works. Okay, I just noticed that there's a hollow thing. So I guess these are the bloodline paths, and maybe you have to go, like, work for them to get their various paths. But this is just the upgrades you can get that are in line with this like, bloodline ability. But if you get the first one, you unlock all of it. I wonder if you would just look up what the heck is the hardest one to attain, or if it's just, like, you do enough shit, and then you randomly can unlock another one. It makes sense that it's tied to, like,
McFlufferkin said those are the clans. They have different playstyles and focuses. The 2 locked ones are the paywall clans. There does seem to be decent visual customization.
Well, I did see that too. Yeah, at the end there they show this, which is kind of neat. Yeah, you can change your like outfit, your hair, your like you can make yourself look all vampire, creepy, gross. That, and yes, looks neat. He makes her have like creepy eyes, all that stuff. Really leaning into the vampire aesthetic. Also, a little bit too much for me, but hey. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2 games I thought looked pretty cool, honestly. Share your grin, this one. Wait, that's a grin react. There we go. I thought it looked kind of neat, to be honest. Yeah, it's just like a really underserved thing, which is like vampire games that aren't shit. Very rare. Honestly, hot take, the best vampire game that exists is the infamous 2 DLC blood something. Blood something. It's the best. The powers are the coolest. The character is great. The story's okay. The story's fine. But it's just like the best version of a power fantasy for vampires ever. You can like combust into bats, fucking rip up a whole ass thing. The combat works great. You have like ranged fucking like blood shards that you're shooting at people. It's great. Fantastic. You got like a blood bomb. It works so well. Yes, the first Masquerade game also was neat, but unfortunately this is not a sequel to it, which is a whole thing. But yeah, pause. We're into the React part of the stream, gang. So yes, very excited for Borderlands. Probably will talk to you about it throughout the entire week. I'm going to try not to watch all of the Borderlands videos. I might watch some of the ones that like explain functionality in the game, like the part system and stuff like that, just so that I'm not like, what is this for 20 minutes, or for 20 hours, sorry. Very excited for the Valve Deckard. We're getting finally some movement, which is huge. I expect if there is any hope, it's probably around Christmas, but who knows? And then, the two Vampire games I seen a trailer of, I thought looked kind of neat. It's on the list. The fact that one of them is in beta and already looks like it's doing cool things, to me is interesting. The Masquerade one, especially with stuff what you just told me about the whole like exclusivity and stuff locked behind a paywall, I might put that game into the I'll buy it a year from now when all the bugs are probably patched and also hopefully the prices went down for that mega pack kind of thing. That's kind of entered that thing for me. But let's do some React. Set me a spaghetti code hellbomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this again on the Gunja facility. What? I can't tell what it is.
I can tell. It's up, down, right, down, left. Maybe not.
We're starting over.
That's a little curse. Hey, I don't know about that. That would be weird. Yeah. Did he try?
What it is.
I wish you could see the input that they actually do. Can you see the hand movement? Wait, can you see? Up? Up is not it. So is it left? No, he tries left, and it still doesn't work, so it's just busted. This whole thing is, honestly, kind of makes sense. And the hell, not every drop is mechanically sound, okay? This was an R&D issue. They didn't pay the people. Anyways, Kojima himself blocking you for the sauce. What?
Who's this lady?
What the F are you wearing? Is that a shark skin?
My game just crashed.
How dare you take this from me? That's gotta be pain.
The name's Eva.
No, Eva.
McFlufferkin said croc suit.
Is it the croc suit? Is that what it is? I would just close the game, man. Right now, you're eating up the valuable time that is gonna happen. Oh, so this out already? I think I did see a video of it. I did not hear that. I did not see much advertising for it at all. Huh. I call these human experiment posts. What is this? Cool outfit. Little excessive. Is that puke or beer? Also, that lady looks tall as hell. I think he's gonna eat that whole. I feel bad for that animal. That animal's gonna suck that thing back. Humans, what the heck is this? I didn't catch that at the end. Dude, oh my god. I don't think you can recover from this at all. Holy shit, I got so much passive fucking embarrassment. This guy is like, I'm looking so cool. I'm gonna slide down this with a massive tower of cups and shit. And then just forever, this will be a core memory of horror in your brain of that one time you committed and you should not have committed. The risk, though, if he did nail it, dude, you know, the guy who's the sound guy or the club guy fucking nailed it. He's like, cut the lights, get this guy out of there. I gotta save my boy. Because, damn, lights go out. Jesus. What the fuck? He tried to put his whole ass head in his mouth. That is a wild. That first of all, that just looks like. Oh man. If your strategy is ever doing one of these to another man in a fucking combat situation, that is a rough strategy, or the best. This is some This is the kind of shit that, for whatever reason, to me, not for whatever reason, for valid reason, is like, it makes me more mad than it probably should, because, like, these guys are probably just drunk, being stupid, maybe they're younger, all these things. These aren't great excuses at all. You're still a person, and despite you doing these things to yourself, you're still responsible for your actions, especially if they inhibit others. But, it's just like, stop. Just stop. Also, what? Okay, that's... I want to unsee that last one. That's fucking horrible. Oh my god, what the actual fuck was that, dude? No! Okay, I gotta... I don't know if that... I mean, it's probably not... Yeah, it's not anything crazy. It's pretty crazy, but I didn't show anything too much. Jesus. Is that a battery? That's a whole ass vape in your mouth. Dude, you know the fucking disease and the nasty hand crud. Also, I guess people who are like literally taking in tobacco poison to the body, probably, yeah. Also, this is Darwin Award, buddy. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that's so sharp. That's just gonna fucking. He just with no. Oh, it's just gonna bed in his fucking thigh, back, all that shit. That's gotta be so painful. All right. I am okay. I am totally okay. All right. All right. I feel like this is the opposite at this point. Anyways, yeah. Who that? What the heck? Why is that? Is that a glass door window? What? Why is that open? Also. Is that guy? Dude, is that the Fentanyl or whatever it's called? The fucking like. Well, these are great. We should stop, but that's definitely that fucking on drugs type of like gone, entered another dimension type shit. Oh, that was great. I will say we gotta be careful. The one where the guy is like sitting on a bench was not. It's allowed, I think. It doesn't show anything, but what it implies polluted my soul. I guess, you know, I feel like I experienced that. I don't want that. Oh, my eye. Oh, man, I just had a towel. What is all this? This is from Boti. Boti says, if I was reincarnated, I want to be Baby Rover. What, because you're immortal? What is this? Oh, my God. Okay. Explain how to defeat the Dark Tide.
President Business stole the Craggle, the most powerful object in the universe. Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
That's pretty iconic.
Is the special.
Honestly, pretty true. I remember when you were reading, she's like, this whole thing with the Dark Tide, and was like, yeah. Meanwhile, the camera work is like, and you're like, all right, I'm trying to care, but it's making it kind of hard.
So pretty.
Literally.
I like you, but I'm angry with you for some reason. Tower at the end of the universe with the
What? As his pulls ready, that's crazy.
piece of resistance onto the Craggle and disarm it forever.
Great. I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Listen. Guys, I'm not big into this argument of if you look like this, then obviously, you know, you're asking. Yeah.
McFlufferkin
But-
said gonna react to the upcoming Marvel Rivals stuff.
Oh, I forgot. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, I forgot about this. Actually, a great segue. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not playing Marvel Rivals, by the way. We're just going to check out the absolute fucking unit that they made. Marvel Rivals. Yes, Angela, man, we knew she was gonna be a thing. I don't know what's his name is. I don't know what category the guy, Daredevil is, because we're Angela and Daredevil. These are Marvel people. If you're not into Marvel, that's what's happening. But check this out. Holy shit, gang. Mine, you think this in game is crazy too, but there's battle damage. There's fucking abs. If you're watching the stream in the past or like not in the past, if you're watching the stream on the side monitor, this is worth your attention. All right. My God, she is crazy.
McFlufferkin said former Spawn IP, by the way.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay, that makes sense. She's also Thor's brother or something. But yes, I will say she looks more feminine here. In game, looks a little more testosterone heavy. But yes.
My birth and past are tainted. I fight to reclaim them each day.
The fucking lats. The lats and back are what stands out to be monstrous. Most people don't have the balls.
Gnawing Fetus said she's built like a tank.
Built like she's made of nothing but protein, okay? But, yes, the fact that she, like, the thing that to me makes me like, oh, because normally they'll do abs on a lady, like a Valkyrie type vibe, but they rarely do, like, fucking side, rib, back, lat, type muscles, and that really makes it feel like not as feminine adjacent. Yes, but yes, what's weird is she has, I think, like 2 forms where she could be like grounded or flying. The flying doesn't seem to have a limit, and she basically can like poke people in the air, so she's kind of like a tank that could be anti-air, it seems like. But also she has like Spider-Man, not CC, but like pull you somewhere kind of moments. Also, she has a very weak shield. Like, holy shit, that's nothing. But, yeah. Ooh, oh, is that what it's happening? That's what's happening. Oh, okay. So I think she absorbs damage with her shield, which then lets her do this, like, massive lunge, which can, like, push people. No, it doesn't. Never mind. That's just one of the abilities. Oh, okay. No, so you eventually build up enough of the stack where you can do this massive stab, which I bet does more damage. Is that when you take more damage? Also, she has 750 health. That's close to Venom. That's a lot of health. And she has a shield. That's like nothing, but still. And she's traversal and fly, so she can like escape. She's gonna be pretty fucking good. And she's gonna be, I think, really good against support protection, basically. So if you wanted like to protect her supports, turn around and like use Angela if they're getting dived. That's huge because it looks like she can cover a lot of ground really fast. But yes, you also have like Spider-Man CC, which is kind of crazy. You stab multiple people, bang bang, boom, chucked. She also has like a stomp, which is neat. That stomp puts her onto the ground. I wonder what is left behind. So I think that might be what it is. That sounds powerful, if that's the case. But I think she has a stomp that basically, like, one of her abilities, it seems like, slows down people.
Gnawing Fetus said a melee air unit.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, but also, to me, like, the fact that she seems like she has a lot. Like, 300 health on top of, she's probably the highest health unit character in the game. Do you know what pissed me off so much? They fucking nerfed Cap. And she is just like a fucking super version of Cap. She has almost she has 700 health, but she also has an anchor, so that might lower it eventually. But she also has 300 shield. And I believe when she, unlike Cap, when she like gets hit with her shield, she gets a thing, I think. Like a stab. Maybe she just does no damage otherwise. But that's huge. The ability to like displace people, like for her, she like basically she could be a tank that runs with the flankers, which often a lot of them are tanks. Venom in that could be a dive character, not flanker. I guess dive is what I'm trying to say. So you could like go with your dive, like abduct a person, pull them somewhere else, and then just nuke them. So that's kind of crazy, especially if you had like a squirrel girl where like you could pull them to a like a place and then just unload a bunch of damage. Crazy. See, that's what's bad. That's what really looks like really not good, is that she does not look like she does like a damage. She seems like she's almost like a playmaker, where like she can abduct someone, put them in the place, slow them down so they can't escape. She can like jump back on your supports, give them a like something to be. Oh, she only has 600. I thought she had 800. Never mind. Wait a minute. Oh, every time she hits, she gets shields, and she's got a shield. Oh my god.
Fury! Now is the time for salvation!
Dude, when you're flying around, you're seeing premium cheeks. All I'm saying. That's her ult. So her ult looks like a massive slow at the very least, but I don't know what else it does. But see? That's pretty huge. It's funny because like the supports were like, I hate dive. I keep dying to BP. Insert other character keeps killing me. Cap. And now it looks like, dude, you're gonna get taken out of to a different planet. She's gonna come out of nowhere, spear you, pull you to a different location. 5 people are gonna snipe the shit at you. Not only that, but she'll slow your ass down so that you can't even run back to your team if you're Luna Snow. And Luna Snow got a nerf. It's like a non-nerf. It's like a, hey, you got 2 seconds less on your ult, but still. Despite all this, I didn't see any like big damage. So I think she's gonna be like the Tickle Queen. Which is kind of weird because she's built like a fucking freight train, so you think she would just like eviscerate people. But man, just crazy physique. And the battle damage. That's what's crazy.
McFlufferkin said 10 months to shave 2 seconds off Luna Snow's ult. It's been demanded for a while,
yes,
but it's barely a nerf.
Barely a nerf, yeah. The Loki, I feel like, got more of a nerf because they decreased Loki's like capacity to heal.
Nine Fetus said meat shield.
Yeah, meat shield, exactly. Especially like the thing I didn't pick up on though is the more she attacks, it seems like the more she builds up like more shields. So she has base 600 shields. So she must have a passive where like eventually when she gets in there, and she actually I don't know what it is. Is it this? I wonder what is that? Because she has this like bar that's filling up and depleting. Huh. It seems like that bar is the thing that lets you recover health, but what is it? What expends with the health? Oh, okay. So maybe that slam. That's interesting. So I guess what charges the bar though? So it looks like you charge a bar until it's full, and then I bet you get like an amplified damage on your next attack. So if you want to do that stomp attack, that'll give a lot of AoE damage, or if you want to do a poke, that will also work. But I just wonder what fills up that thing. It looks like this, dude, that comes back so fast, this like charge ability. And that also like stabs people. I wonder if that stuns them. Yeah. Dude, that's something they're not even talking about. The fact that this is basically like a 2 to 3 second stun. Because she's using it like when she's kind of far away. But 1, 2, 3. That's 3 seconds of a stun. If you have a competent DPS, you're not able to do anything. They can just laser beam you as you're getting like pulled away. This seems strong. I think but again, sorry, she seems really powerful. But I have the feeling that she's not going to be meta, or not, I shouldn't say meta. I think she's going to be meta. I think she's a character like Nong is saying, where I think her damage, like this is disgusting. This is like nothing. Like she not only flanks the character, she abducts 2 of them, but like the damage she's doing is seemingly not very good. Like it seems pretty low. So I don't think she's going to be like a very big damage heavy character, but I think she's going to be a playmaker, which I just don't know if that's going to appeal to more people, or if people are going to be fine with people like that being the case. But she does, again, every character, maybe it's just because we're so limited with some of the characters we have, but like all the characters seem like, especially like the new gen characters, seem like they have so much more shit going on as far as like things you can do. Like for instance, Cap has like a handful of things. Mantis has a handful of things. Whereas she seems like okay, you have a shield, you have an abduct, you have a spear, which I imagine has greater range than your 2 axes. You have a smash to the ground, and I imagine a like slow you down CC, and you have an ult that like I think gives you a buff and slows enemies down around you, and looks like you have decent AoE on your like your melee axe swings, and you have 700 health, or sorry 600 health that then you can build up shield to have 800 health, and you have a shield that you can pick up like a shield. So it's kind of just like, now maybe the shield can only be activated in air, but I don't think that's the case. So she seems like a lot. So the only way to me this can make sense is if she does fucking dog water damage. I don't know if they'll do that though, but needless to say, she looks great. I'm very curious to see what he does too, because I think he might be actually a DPS. If they're both tanks, that's huge. I'm fine with that, but I don't know. I could see him being a DPS because he's like summoning a fucking dragon or something. I like them both. Honestly, I think Daredevil looks sick as hell. This is like, to me, this is a peak win. Like the last couple characters I was kind of interested in, but like I don't feel anything when I look at them really. But I feel a lot when I look at her, and I feel a lot when I look at him. He looks badass. I want to play him, and her, I just want to see more of it, frankly. But yes, Marvel Rivals, a video game, it exists. I'm a fan. I enjoy it. Yes. I don't know when the next time we'll play it, but yes. Also, what does it say? Loving to see our boys in green getting a care package, Hell Pack, for the veteran dive. Also, what do you guys think about the Hell Diver or the Marvel Rivals thing? Are you going to be playing or maining the lady? Because I played a little bit of Blade. I liked him a lot. Don't have the time to invest in him yet, like right now. Especially now with Borderlands coming out, there's like fucking no hope. There's no hope for me at all. But also, how many of you have actually pre-ordered Borderlands yet? Or you guys are like waiting still? Like competent, well-adjusted, not overly excited people. Okay? I think Raid has checked that off the list. I know Lone has. Because unfortunately, they did offer a lot of, well, not a lot of, but like things that to me are a pretty good value judgment for like pre-order bonuses. Like no one likes it when they're selling legendary gear as pre-order bonuses or DLC, but they said that like 4 out of the 5 weapons are just memey.
Gnawing Fetus said Daredevil is a definite
Yeah.
DPS. Other than super senses, he's a regular, super fit person.
Well,
kinda hard to do evasion tanking in Rivals.
Yeah, well, probably, but
Catman 11,234 said I've bought it, but I've resigned myself that I can't keep up with you guys level-wise XD.
it doesn't. You don't need to though. It's level adjusted.
McFlufferkin said secured a copy for myself and for my brother through GMG.
Oh, nice.
Gonna be streaming it almost exclusively starting Thursday evening.
Yeah, so I'll mention this right now, just before we get away. I do. Fluff was messaging me that, unless I'm misunderstood, but I think Fluff was trying to tell me that the game will be coming out at like 10 p.m. for me Thursday. I would rather. This is my own personal thing. I wanted to ask you guys about. I would rather stream it earlier on Friday.
Raidnade said I've been pre-ordered it.
Unless I misunderstood that, but I think Fluff was telling me that like the time in which the game is going to come out is going to be like midnight at Thursday for like US people, and then it's going to come out at the same time that ends up being there. So for me, I wanted to stream it on Friday instead, but I was wondering how early we should stream it. So like, should we go the distance and like stream it at 8 p.m. or like 10 p.m. or should we stream it at our designated 2
said
p.m.?
it'll be a global midnight release, 10 p.m. for your time zone.
On Thursday, right?
I wouldn't recommend streaming it that late.
Yeah. I probably will just wait to do it in the morning. But I wanted to know, would anybody be willing to play at that time? I could play by myself, which is totally fine. Waking up at 10, just like having a little solo stream for me. If anyone wants to pop in, they can. But we'll be at our designated 2 p.m. stream. Or do we want to just wait until 2 p.m. stream? Or 3 p.m., sorry. 3 p.m. stream. It'll be tough, because I would want to play it sooner. But at the same time, I would also like to play with you guys, but then again, maybe people are like, nah, I kind of just want to get my first playthrough myself. And also, there's level scaling, so it's not like, yeah, and honestly, it might be better if I get a little ahead of you guys. Actually, no, it would be better if you guys are
Gnawing
ahead of me.
Fetus said stream it early on Friday, closing parenthesis.
You'll be on?
I'll be on.
Alright, and maybe we do that.
Catman 11,234 said as long as it's later than 3 p.m. your time. I work Friday until 3 p.m. your time.
Okay, so we probably will go with
Raidnade said I'm down for whatever.
Okay, we'll probably will go till 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. minimum. Yes, that'd be a long stream for me, but that would probably be fine because we're gonna be grinding and having a good old time. Okay, so that's the plan. So not Thursday. Oh wait, well shit. Okay, yeah, that worked out actually. We'll have Thursday will be our hangout time at 3 p.m. Totally normal, and then Friday will be early ass stream. In which we'll play a lot of. And then I don't know, but probably will go pretty far. Meaning we'll probably stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't want to say exactly what it'll be, but we'll probably go all the way till next Sunday. We'll probably go do a whole loop like we did with the other one. The other game. Anyways. What is this?
McFlufferkin said I won't be awake with how my sleep and stream schedule is, but I'll probably be streaming Thursday night until I usually sleep.
Yes. Fluff's whole schedule will be either good or probably worse. I imagine it's probably going to be hell. But yes, Fluff would probably be doing some pretty big hour marathons. So if you, what do you call it? If any time you want to swap over to his stream, you can.
Raidnade
or if
said
you want
just
to watch
gotta
after
figure
we're
out
done.
if I want to play Rafa or Eamon first lol.
Well, this is what I kind of want to talk to you guys at the beginning, but we kind of were so scattered. I watched this video. Let's pull it up. Actually. Well, let's listen to this first. Democratic mailman.
Allied destroyer coordinates received.
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Awesome. Aura, all that.
Gnawing Fetus said I'll be playing the Malawan girls first.
Why does he have so much? Jesus. What is the flag do? Does the flag give any bonus, or is it just the melee weapon that's for style points? What the fuck? So he just comes in. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, is it like him helping his friends, or just helping random people? He just spawns in, delivers the best gear in the game to like new players, and then leaves? What a fucking peak human being, man. Also, is he playing on a PS2? Because he looks the quality of the game doesn't look great. Maybe it's because he's playing on FPS. FPS matters more in Helldivers, maybe. Anyways, hella cool.
McFluffican said it's a style thing mostly, but yeah, he drops in, gives people some good stratagems, and then dips.
Moxie. That's huge. That's fantastic. What a guy. I watched this video that talked about the best Vault Hunters for you by Moxie. Yo, guys, this is the guy who I watch for Borderlands stuff. Ignore his really, honestly, handsome face, but kind of giga crazy eyebrows, honestly. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what was tough. So I watched him. He's like a build guy. He's been making builds for the game for a long time. He kind of broke down all the characters and like who you like, and it's tough, man, because he gives like this first thing for like Vex. So if you like Flack, if you like Lilith, if you like any of these other people, you probably would like Vex.
Said I watched that video.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's damn good. What do you call it? He also gives an example of like what they do. What is it? Vex. He also does Rafa. And Rafa, to me, it's weird because he doesn't draw the parallel to Moze at all, which makes sense. You know, I know his skill tree. He doesn't really fit that. But he worries. I like Zane a lot. I enjoyed Zero quite a bit. Wilhelm was actually a ton of fucking fun. I love Wilhelm. Axton was, to me, the worst character in all of Borderlands ever. Maybe only beaten by the actual playable character of Claptrap in pre-sequel, which was fucking horrible because he was a joke character. He literally just randomly became shit. You couldn't like build around him really because he was just chaos. Yeah, even more than Krieg. But yeah, because Axton to me was just never very good. Especially compared to everybody else. Now, that doesn't mean Axton can't be good, doesn't mean it can't be worked. That just means like I never felt like I played a build with Axton where I thought, this is great. this makes me feel powerful. So that doesn't bode well. But every time I see gameplay of Rafa, it looks really compelling. He also did one for Amon. Your boy Amon right here. Which this one, to me, makes me feel a little better my choice. Love Brick to death. Brick is such a good character class to play Borderlands 3, especially if you run him with the Blaster Master build. So fucking sick. It's got like it's made by King Cathalion. Fucking awesome. So good. You get like an explosive shotgun. There's so much gore in Borderlands 1, 2 that you just like hold down the trigger, everyone's dead. It's so good. You got this like amazing looking gun as well. Honestly, makes me want to do a playthrough of Borderlands 1 with Brick again because it's so fun. Krieg, we love Krieg. Krieg is the best. Athena, very cool. I understand why he's doing the Athena thing because of the shield stuff. I liked Athena. I didn't love Athena. But yes, Clawbringer, I hated. So this is kind of the problem. Same with Rafa and him where I'm like, two of these characters I love. One of them is bad. Now, this is probably just messed up in my opinion or messed up in general because, like, what he's doing is he's basically saying, like, there are skills similar to this, but the execution of those skills feel like a world apart, which I think is the case. But he's trying to say, like, hey, well, they have some of the skills from them. Like, you know, like, Clawbringer's got a lot of, like, the hammer smashes and like, the blade throws and stuff like that. But by far, this one to me is the most interesting because I love ordnance damage. I love melee damage. I like fire. I love ice. I like shock. I love ice is the best element of the game to me because it stuns them. The best particle effects ever because you shatter people apart. And who doesn't like a little bit of frost, you know? I'm biased for sure, but still. But he also says the two characters that are going to be able to make the best ordnance builds seem like they're going to be Rafa and this guy. Is it Rafa or maybe it's this other person? Maybe is it her? He said what? No, it wasn't her. Maybe it was Harlow. I don't think it was Harlow though. One of them. I think he replaces. Let's see. I think for Rafa he says grenade build. I think that's what he changes it to.
Nine Fetus said, did he do the Maliwan girl?
Yes, he does. He said, yes, we're getting there. For her, she says the characters you should play if you like Harlow is Maya, Amara, or Aurelia. Basically, any siren, it seems like. Who's Aurelia again? Oh, Aurelia is the Hammerlock Ice girl, Hammerlock sister, I believe, which is great. She was actually one of the few giga broken characters in that game. Very similar to Yondo's arrow kind of playstyle. She has a diamond thing that runs around, just melts people. And then she got one tapped in Borderlands 3. Terrible execution of a cool character. Anyways, but yeah, AOE damage controls, cryo radiation
said
damage.
Aurelia was the closest thing to a siren TPS had.
Yeah, oh yeah, the pre-sequel. Yeah, I was gonna say for the gameplay he shows off here, he shows a lot of cool builds for her here at endgame, which is compelling. So he shows is it here that he shows? Oh, actually, no, he doesn't. Yeah, don't look at the screen if people don't want to see the gameplay of it, but he shows one over here, which this is his first playthrough, and he shows a lot of this. This is where he shows a lot of the Harlow gameplay that we've been seeing. That's shows a lot of the radiation capacity for her. I think it's right around here, where he starts lunging this ball and just starts doing mass radiation damage to all these people. But that was one of the things he said was quite strong with her, is her radiation capacity that. Basically, one of her skill tree nodes just has a ton of AoE damage happening. She's dropping nuclear things every time she detonates stuff. Crazy. So that's his estimation on what you would if you're gonna go with this character, go with that. It's tough because I feel super in between two characters, more so than I have ever felt in any of the Borderlands games, which is a mixture of do I go? I definitely think I'm going for Amon, but it's weird because I feel I want my first playthrough to be with Amon, but I feel my favorite character is going to be Rafa, by a long shot. Which to me maybe that works out because, well, actually probably not. That's the other thing I heard with other people. People said that Rafa is one of the best feeling characters as you play because he's strong in the beginning and he's strong at the end. Whereas I haven't heard anyone talk about Amon yet. I haven't seen anyone say I did my first playthrough with Amon. So I haven't heard people say yeah, it's not great to level up. You're really weak at the beginning. I haven't heard anyone talk about him yet. I want to. None of the Moxie's playing Harlow, so he has a bunch of information about Harlow. I found a video of a guy talking about Rafa, but I haven't found a person being my first playthrough was from Amon, which is weird because Amon looks like the most bait character ever. He's a big brooding fucking badass, who fucking runs around melee shit and stuff like that. Everyone loved Krieg, so it's weird that not a lot of content creators have chosen him. But to play. But yes, maybe it's because they're waiting for their main playthrough to do stuff. I don't know. But so roll queue. Who is playing what again? I'm gonna probably be doing. My plan is to be doing Rafa first, and Amon first, then supplementing with when I get to endgame level 30, switching over to Rafa probably, which probably is stupid. If anything, I'm being smart. I should play Rafa first because he's strong at the beginning, and then switch to Amon when he probably needs more gear to become good. But we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We might change. We might be I'm not vibing with this and pivot. Totally fair. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's see. I gotta figure out if I want to play Rafa or Amon. Ooh, man, you're the same duality, the same problem as me, Raid.
McFlufferkin said Rafa first, Harlow, then maybe Amon, and lastly Vex.
Rafa?
The latter three will probably be level 30 boosted after I finish the story with Rafa.
Yeah.
Catman 11,234 said Melee Amon or Ordnance Amon. Depending on whatever you do, I'll probably be opposite.
I'll be...
Raidmaid said I'll prob go Rafa first, then Amon.
Dang, y'all are so smart. That's a
Nine
real good
Fetus
play.
said from what I've seen of Amon for fodder, he's pretty good for interface shit. And he can tank bosses pretty good. But I'll be rocking Maliwan Girl until I realize I don't like her for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Then Vex, Vex to me seems like a funner character, but I'm biased because I don't really resonate with Harlow. But again, I think it should be great. I just personally don't find her interesting. But I will say, to Kat's question, it's tough, man, because I probably play it by a year. I want my end goal build for Amon is probably something to do with ordnance damage, but we don't know anything. So the one thing that I did here, it's a little bit of a little tease that people already kind of knew about. But shocker, Jacob shotguns broken, just like every game. So yeah, another thing that's really good. Apparently so good that if you're having a playthrough of this game, and you want like an advantage, any underbarrel weapon, I forget what the faction is that supplies that, any underbarrel weapon, so like hold down this button, you'll switch to the other augmented firing of this character, of this weapon, is apparently giga broken. And I hope it stays that way, because it kind of makes sense why you have that attachment. If you're like losing out on the ability to completely pivot your weapon's elemental faculty, like a Mollywand, makes sense that you would do that. You'd have something powerful to like a momentary burst of power. But yeah, people are saying that's great. Even like a white weapon will beat a blue to a purple weapon if it has an underbarrel on it. So helpful to know if you're like, I need to get carried, that's what we're doing. Yeah, so to me, we don't know what's powerful is my point with that. So like, I'm hoping ordnance damage fuck shit up, you know? I'm hoping the cooldowns on the ordnance weapons allow you to lean into them. I'm hoping that by playing Amon and the skill tree and build that I'm going to pick, which I'm probably going to have to theory craft today, or not today, at some point on my time, just figuring out what I'm going to build so I'm not like stuck reading skill questions every couple seconds, which is annoying for like watching a stream, seeing a person read a bunch of stuff all the time. Anyways, yes, I'm probably going to have to do some like weird research to see. Also, what was that? Oh, I didn't know he put down an actual turret on the ground. Huh. What skill is that? Where he puts down a turret. Anyways, what was I saying? I blacked out, dude. Yeah, I need to make a build. But my point is that I like the ideal build for me in Amon that I'm thinking of is it would be really nice to be able to like throw your action skills around constantly and have the like a bunch of seeking drones. So I'm interested in the skill tree where there's a bunch of like drones and like floating axes and shit around. That's interesting. But I'm also really interested into the other skill tree that basically affects ordnance damage. It's in the same, I think, shield and whip skill tree, which is tough because like I like melee. But I feel like that's probably going to be the best bet because I don't think running at a boss and trying to do melee damage is a good idea. So I think that's a smarter play. But the idea is that, okay, if I build into action skill damage and ordnance damage, then I can basically use my action skill, deplete that, and then when that's on cooldown, I can switch to my ordnance weapon, start fucking people up with that, and then when that's on cooldown, I can switch back to my action skill and kind of seesaw like that. That way I'm never like depleted, which is the problem of an action skill build. Until you get to endgame, you're probably going to have moments, like massive gaps in whether or not you're able to access your action skill. Because like nothing is like going to get your action skill back immediately fast, which is shitty. I wish there was stuff like that. Like if you get a headshot or a critical hit, you can like carve out the action skill cooldown. So if you get an SMG with like ×3, that can just be like a stat stick for you to get to your action skill faster. So there's like ways to get around that. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Hopefully there's class mods. Hopefully there's something like that that makes it viable. Issue is that there's usually a legendary effect that gives you like an actual meaningful bonus. Everything beyond legendary usually just gives you like, hey, you get 2x skills in this skill talent, which is good, but not as good as like, hey, by the way, you recover your action skill every time you get a crit or every time you affect someone with cryo or something, you know? Yeah. Let's see. Melee Amon or damage depending on what you probably use. Harlow is maybe who my brother plays with. That'd be awesome. Yeah. If you have a person that's playing Harlow, gonna have a great time, I think, because they take care of you probably. Nong says, also, the thing that's cool about Amon is that ice is such a powerful element because it also weakens enemies to everything. And also, it's amazing because, like, if, let's say, Cat is playing melee and I'm playing, like, Ordnate and ice damage, which I am if I'm using my throwing axes, that's great because now ice damage enhances melee damage, I believe, and also explosive damage, I think. Also, I think it just enhances base damage, too. Ice is like Slag, I think, which is weird because it also CCs, which is low OP. Anyways, Nog says, from what I've seen about Amon, he's the fodder stuff, tanks, tank boss is pretty good. Yeah, the boss is the thing I'm a little worried about with Amon, because he seems like he's good about like dealing with AoE, or dealing with like ads, like does a lot of like ad clear. The boss seems like he's good with his shield, if that's what you mean. Like the shield thing to me seems good, like you suck up a bunch of damage and you huck it back at the boss, that kind of makes sense. But it's also because bosses tend to be more aggro than like an enemy that's trying to get behind cover, and you're just like, please shoot me, you know? I hope that's a skill. That would be amazing. If there was a skill that, like, if you have your thing, you hold up your shield, it invokes, like, a berserk rage, so like, anyone who's near you will immediately turn to you and start shooting, like, instead of being, like it will overwrite their ability to be like, oh, I'm an NPC, I should get behind cover and then shoot. It'll just overwrite that and it'll immediately turn to you and start shooting. That'd be great. But also could be double-edged sword, so maybe you don't want that skill if you're trying to just use your shield as survivability oriented. You're not trying to use it as like a scaling metric to get more whips, essentially. Then Vex, one of the new ones, I think. Oh, that would be good with what I'm thinking of doing with Harlow. Ooh, nice. I plan on being a buff bot with my Harlow. Hell yes, Nah. Let's go. Hell yes. Nah, we'll be out here. Nah, I can't wait to. This is the best part about the Borderlands experience, though, is I got to see what your guys drip, essentially. I can see what you guys are like. Looks hella cool.
Gnawing Fetus said he has a melee augment that lets you charge into enemies from a far distance. And there's also the new DBL jump.
Oh, yeah, the double. Yeah, there's a good movement. Yeah, maybe. I'm curious to see if he'll be able. Yeah. Because I wish. It depends. Sorry. If there are like class mods or if there are like weapons that scale off melee, huge. Like totally easy. Even if there's like. Ideally, there's like quest rewards that just do that. Like, hey, this fabled weapon that was like from a berserker bandit, where he was able to like slap you and shoot you and deal the same day. Like something to signal that this is like a melee scaling weapon, then that's huge. But otherwise, they've never really done a good job about like addressing the melee fallacy of like you have to get point blank to a boss that will immediately do a Nova as soon as you get close to him. And usually, if it is, it's usually a legendary weapon that you can't really get access to early game unless you like just know what the hell drops that. Which good luck, especially within the first 2 weeks. So yeah, that's like the weird duality of that. But if there's like a class mod that just says, hey, any damage you deal, it's melee considered, then that's huge. That makes it so like you didn't just kneecap your whole build. So here's hoping that's existing. The one thing that I did want to talk to you guys about, which I want to know what you guys feel about it, because I don't get it exactly. I get it, but I don't get it enough to know.
Gnawing Fetus said you can melee charge no scope snipe point blank PPL. I've seen it done rather consistently.
No, I know that. My issue is like the problem with bosses, where like, or the problem with like badasses, where like the minute that you close the gap is the minute that you die, because either they have a melee that's scaled 10x more than you, or they release like shit tons of Novas, or they have a mechanic that literally pushes you back. So like maybe you can keep getting on top of them, but usually you just get so much damage. You take so much damage because you're so close. Like that's the thing that always bothers me about like shotguns, where they're always like they're really powerful, then they get nerfed. But the only way they're powerful is if you're point blank, and if you're point blank, then you're way more easy to shoot. So you end up taking way more damage, but then people can bitch and complain, and meanwhile a sniper is like 1,000 meters back and getting headshots and just nuking people. And they're like, totally makes sense. It's like, why? Like, it makes no sense. You're like, at me using a shotgun, I have to slide, shoot, aim for the critical spot, jump around, keep alive, and yet you're doing more damage than me than a shot with a sniper? It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. You're like, all it takes is like a little bit of skill to line up a shot, and on PC, it's nothing, because you can just click. Anyways, rant aside. Yeah. But that's the one thing I want to ask you guys about. The last like little thing about Borderlands. To me, the part system is what leaves me like super ungodly excited, whilst also being like there has to be limitations or something, right? Like I was watching Moxie mention this like in one of the videos I watched. I forget, I think it was in today's video. Where he mentions like something about it. And like I understand that like grenades have this weird thing where like they don't follow the logic of most of the other things. They have like another randomly generated thing on it. But I don't know what the other stuff is. So like the way that they were describing it, like for instance with grenades or with like a weapon, is basically there's like the base model, and then there's the spice or the augment or the like attachment. So you can have a base model that's Torg.
Gnawing Fetus said I'm both hype and terrified of the part
system.
Yeah,
I'm so hyped. People were saying that like, what if it gets boring, or what if every weapon is the same? I hope then they don't just say, well, nerf the thing that's powerful that people are enjoying. Instead, they're like, what if we made the other thing more interesting, more fun? Like to me, I really think they should make Mollywands more than just like, hey, you can switch to this thing or that thing. You know, if you apply two elements at the same time, that's huge. Like if it's a legendary, usually they're like, hey, we're going to do this and that. Then that's kind of cool. But if it's limited to like this weird thing where you have to hit a button to change your thing, like it's the same thing as me just switching to another weapon. And it's not like the elemental resistances have never been super earth-shattering. Maybe I'm biased because I just fucking play like Ice or Moze or whomever. that like can kind of navigate around that just by like dumping so much points into like other damage types. But I don't notice them being super different. Like you usually just have to shoot an enemy an extra
Gnawing
like 10
Fetus
times.
said Malawan should have stacking dots.
Yes.
Like in BL1.
That'd be great. Yeah. Anything like that would be nice to me. Like Maliwan should have something else besides like, hey, or even if it's just like, okay, instead of like you having to hot swap elements, why not just say this one gun shoots 2 elements? That's it. Like that's pretty good. That's
Lone
something
Syndicate
valuable.
said I have returned.
You missed the world, Lone. We talked about so much stuff. We looked at the Marvel Rivals fucking Battle Queen, man. Missed you though. Anyways, but yeah, what character are you gonna be playing, Lone, when it comes to Borderlands? Who have you decided on? Nong is going, I think, for Harlow. I think, right? Harlow. Was it Harlow? I thought you were Harlow, then Vex. That's what it was. I thought it was another character you were getting. Fluff is playing Rafa. Fluff's brother is playing Harlow, maybe. And Raid is playing either Rafa. Rafa first, too. Lots of Rafas. Lots of Rafas in here. What's the other character? No one likes Vex. I think Lone might be playing Vex. Yes. Lone, I think, is playing Vex. So we have a unit. We have a team. Oh, my body. And my back. Oh, my lower back. Ooh. But yeah, man, the part system to me is super exciting. I just wish I understood.
Fetus said Maliwan girl, then into Vex once I get bored.
Yes. But I'm wondering what that'll be like. I would like to go into Borderlands knowing what that system is before I get into it, because it'd be really nice to know like this is a really good roll on something or this is a really good find, than being like, what is this? You know, like if I understood the concept, I think I do. I just wish I understood like a little bit more of that, of like, hey, every weapon can have like an augment and then this other thing. And this other thing is what are these? These are the options that you can usually find. These are the
Lone
spices.
Syndicate said Vex also give me a quick TLDR of what I miss. If not, I'll just watch the VOD later.
Excited for Valve Deckard. Funny memes. Checked out these 2 interesting vampire RPG games. One's very reminiscent of The Witcher mixed with like prototype type vibe. The other is like a first-person vampire game that is asking a little bit too much money for me, I think. We talked about how fucking badass Marvel Rivals new Battle Angel lady is. Hell yes. Helga or something. Fuck yeah. Third thing was... I don't know. Fucking nothing. I don't know. We're talking about Borderlands right now. I guess Borderlands. Borderlands 4. We're talking about the characters we're going to get, who we're going to decide on, and... Yes. Just... Yep. This is just some Harlow gameplay. Don't look at the screen, Fluff. Or Cat. Cat. Oh, my back. Oh, my body. But ladies and gentlemen, and Lone, next week when Borderlands 4 comes out, we're going to have our normal Thursday stream at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then, because Borderlands 4 is coming out at like 10 p.m. for me, I'm going to be streaming on Friday instead, Borderlands, and it'll probably be at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. in the morning, so way earlier stream, and it probably will go to 6. So people should still be able to catch the stream, even if you're not, if you're used to it.
Lone Syndicate said Angela Tar Battle Valk is badass, also the poor support players, also the poor flyer players.
I was going to say, well, fuck the flyer. The flyer players could burn alive.
McFluffikins said, hold on redirecting. I'll be swapping to my Helldivers 2 stream shortly.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, perfect, bird. What do you call it? But yes, what do you call it, Lone? I totally agree. Well, to me, man, I don't know, Lone, because like, I'm bad at this shit. I'm bad at, like, I thought Blade would look real spicy, and apparently he's not that good. I still I think he's great, honestly. But I don't know what meta is, I guess, is what I'm saying. I tend to like characters that are not meta. Like, I think Cap, at least when I was liking him, wasn't fucking hot business. You know, like Mantis, I started playing her when there was other good supports that people became meta. Anyways, but she seems quite good, and the only way that she can make sense for how good she is if she is not doing a lot of damage, but is like a playmaker, essentially, which to me is awesome. I wish there was more tanks like that. A tank that can like, oh, my supports are getting shit on. Let me dive back, like pincer them into a wall, and then slow them down so they can't keep running down my supports as they're backing away. Which if you're a support, hopefully you're backing away as soon as she comes in to help. She also has like so much health and a shield, so she seems like she is like the best face tank kind of thing, like similar to, honestly, she looks like a fucking amazing version of Thor. Yeah,
Lone
but she can
Syndicate
fly
said,
and shit.
Grin, just know if I play Angela, you gotta play Thor for the team up.
I haven't played Thor so
Radiant
much.
said, alright, I'ma go take a nap cause I slept kinda shit last night.
Yeah.
Great stream,
Go
Grin.
sleep, buddy. Tomorrow we'll be streaming some Z's. Not a fucking boring ass stream. We're just playing Zen Zone Zero. But yes, we're playing some Z's. Probably doing some of the events. Probably grinding up the character stuff. I'm just like in this. I've honestly already prepped for not Trigger or Seed, the next character, Orphe, whatever her name is. So it's kind of one of those things where like now we wait, and then the weird Withering Wave thing is the one I want to play just because I want to see the story. But I'm also in this weird place of like I can't hyper farm for the artifacts because they don't let you do that anymore. They like let you make you do it one by one, which is odd. So I'm sitting there like, well, I guess I got nothing today, dude. You know what I still haven't used Raid. I should probably left. The one thing I still haven't used in Withering Waves was the tuners. I gotta look up a video to how to use it. I hope I'm not like messing up by not. Like, I don't know if you need to use a tuner before you do anything, but I think I have like 15 to 20 to 30, maybe even more tuners set there, which maybe that I can have like my ideal loadout with what's her name already. But I don't know. You know, you still here? Okay, yeah. I haven't used the tuners yet in Withering Wave, so I'm curious how they work. Like if like is it simply as you just take any artifact that you have, you take the node and you randomly reset that node? And if that is the case, is it based on the current like value of the previous stat? So if you get like a stat in Withering Waves, you can get a stat value of like 10 crit to 15 crit or something crazy, or like
Lone Syndicate said, Grin, I can say with full confidence after a day of playing her you can skip Seed in full confidence. I would focus on Orphe and Lucia.
Oh wow, really? Interesting. Is she just not very fun? Because I did hear people say that. That was one thing I heard like a lot, where people said Seed is like one of the most high investment characters you need, but she will become the strongest if you get all the stuff in line. Like if you get her weapon, and then Orphea or whatever her name is, she'll eat everybody alive. But that's a long list of like, you know. Also, I'm a little bit disappointed also in I really wanted like a big robot-like character type thing, like a mecha creature, like similar to like Ben, like the bear creatures in the
Gnawing
game.
Fetus said now you gotta try her to see how bad she is. Lol.
Yes, yeah, that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll play a little bit of Seed, see what we're missing out on, be upset, then pick Snake Lady. Which honestly, the Snake Lady, I love me a buddy cop thing, you know, like the whole like symbiote situation is always neat to me. Raid says, I use all of those time. They use them all the time. They're great. Do you know if that's how they work, Raid? Like, the thing I'm wondering about Withering Waves is when you use a tuner, does it just randomly generate like the thing, so you can like keep hitting the same node with the same tuner and it'll keep giving you a different result? Or is it like, oh, we see that you got like 20 crit rate, or critical damage, which is like the best roll that you can get on one of those things. If you hit this, it will change that stat, but whatever it changes, it will keep the like massive scale of that unit. So like if I change that to critical damage, it would be like the max critical rate. If I change that critical rate, it would be the maxed outcome of
Lone
critical
Syndicate
rate.
said I didn't get her engine, and she's still good. I already got her a good disc set of the new set. She rockin' 2.5k attack, 81 crit rate, and 150 crit damage.
Damn, also Lone, I appreciate you telling me the fact that you did not get her immediately and you were still thinking about, just nice to know that like every time I've seen you recently when it comes to pulls, you're like, crushed it, 20 pulls. I'm like, right, awesome. I had to go fucking all the way to 80. And again, I am happy for you. At the same time, though, it's nice to know a god can bleed, okay?
Raidnade said the modifiers only work for main stats on unrolled echoes.
Oh, dude, wait, what? The modify only works on main stats? Oh, I thought tuners worked on substats, not on main stats. So you're saying like if I have like oh no. So if I have like an electric in Withering Waves, if I have a cryo artifact 3 cost echo, and then I can convert that to like a electro echo.
McFluffikins said took me approximately 150 pulls to get Seed, and I'd love to try her with Grace now that I have her M1, but they don't really synergize as Seed requires a second attack agent to activate her squad bonus.
Exactly. Damn. Okay. Actually, that's kind of good, at least. It does. but it can't change artifacts set distance. Okay, so it's kind of helpful. It's okay. I thought it was like substats, but no, it just gives you more attempts to get something you want from the current roster that you have. Okay. I was just going to say, the reason I paused here is because the Ordnance Man, the grenades look awesome. He puts out like this massive thing. And imagine like a legendary grenade of how much this would cake the entire thing in ice. Also, ice is just the best. Love me ice. Boom. Ice grenade. I mean, he did just like teleport out of it, so that's nice. That's less good. That's kind of bullshit. That's why like every grenade is kind of useless unless it's like maddening tracking or like tracking of some kind. That way, like no matter what, it's still oh, that's also cool. And no matter what, it's happening. It's detonating. I wonder what the performance review is going to be for the game. Like if it's people are having like performance issues. I did hear people say that was a bit of an issue, but maybe that's why they gave so many content creators early access. Who knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, you've been nothing shy of absolutely lovely and brilliant. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys something, but I think I'll wait for tomorrow to ask you. Maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, everyone's tired. Everyone's tired. I'll wait for tomorrow to ask y'all. Hopefully remind me that yes, I have something to tell you. Ask you. It's more of an ask. It helps going for, 4-cost crit. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That'd be huge. Yeah, to me, it's elemental things where I'd spend it all too. Yeah, because I found like I got every element but Electro for what's her name. Anyways, Augustus. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can see you once again. We are going to be, pivoting to good old Fluff. Fluff is streaming right now. I think he's streaming ZZZs, and I think he's on to the next game, I think. Yeah, baby. Yes, he's on ZZ. So if you guys want to see what we were just talking about, some lovely Zenless Zone Zero gameplay, Fluff is going to be playing. I do believe, actually, I don't know if he did his polls already. I thought he did. I think he did. So you can go watch some past broadcasts. If you want to see his luck, redirect, paste, boppity boopity. Oh, why is that not coming up now? Weird. Why is it not coming up? Copy. This is the weird time where it's not letting me redirect easily. Maybe I just take the name, title instead. Yeah, it's not letting me redirect to Fluff.
McFlufferkin said 1 sec, I'll provide a link to the new stream.
Yeah, maybe just put it in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, click the link in the chat if you want to see Fluff's stream. For whatever reason, it's not pinging. It's not going to his stream the normal way that I do it, which is strange. Well, F you too then, game. YouTube weirdness. All right, well, is what it is. Feels bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen or persist. I hope the problem is only today. But if you all would like, you can go click on that link in the chat right now and check out Fluff's stream. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And of course, he's playing Zenless Zone Zero, which a lot of us like to have as background noise, I think. Or you just put up with me far too much. Probably the last one, but who knows? There it is. I can do it normally. Actually, no, that one, I didn't do it properly. Whatever. I didn't click on the link. I can't get it to work. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for your time. And goodbye for now, my friends.